you're going to unbox it?
I don't know.
I don't
Unbox
know.
that guitar.
I just don't know.
Let that poor guitar out of the box.
Oh my gosh, no, you can't play that. No.
Oh God.
I just muted the wrong guy.
We
are.
We got flagged 13 seconds in already. Jesus.
Get that, unbox that guitar. You run a guitar store, you sell guitars. What are you hiding?
It's not like we don't know what it is.
What?
I'm saving it for my channel.
Who watches your channel?
What it is. I didn't even know you have a channel.
See, this is the problem with this friggin' Van Halen YouTube thing. Everybody thinks they've got viewers.
Yeah.
Oh, God.
There you go.
All right.
You know what it is? You know what it is? Hey, everybody, look, it's an EVH Frankie guitar. You know what they look like. Never mind. Dave's not going to unbox it. He's not going to sell it. He's not going to ship it.
Oh, my God.
Oh.
Stupid.
Wow.
If the highlight of your channel, Dane, is unboxing an EVH Frankie, then there we go. See?
Yeah. Now nobody's
Now
nobody's
he's humping the box.
Nobody's buying that guitar.
Right now, my
God.
mother's looking. Oh my God, he's bastard-mating.
It's the only box Dane will get anytime soon.
and it's just as dry as every other box Dane has encountered.
Yeah, like a wet sponge.
All right, let's start.
You know what we need now?
Beautiful intro.
Theme music.
That beautiful intro.
Hey, Dane, smile.
Oh,
Hey now. Welcome, you guys.
Boy, you guys should have seen what we did before the opening of the show. It was really entertaining.
you should have seen it. Oh wait, you probably did.
Too bad it wasn't live.
Oh my gosh.
Hi, Ellie.
Dane.
Hi, Ellie. Welcome to Talking Guitars and 80s Metal live. You know it's live because this man just humped a box.
I want to know what's in there, Dan.
Well, now
we all
kids.
want to know.
What if we
Pretty
learned?
obvious.
What if we
Now
learned
kids.
Johnny can't read?
Mm-hmm.
Okay,
Why
you can
can't
have
Johnny
you
read?
can have what's in that box for somewhere around $2,000, or you can have this guitar,
Merch number 3.
which is exactly the same thing, specific as spec wise, and actually slightly more versatile for a third of the price. Your
Well,
call.
actually, that one is now a splatter finish after Dane repainted it.
Yes, that's frost blue with goo white mixed into
It
it.
looks like cloud splurts or spurts or. Wow!
Oh my gosh.
Right now, that box looks like a birdhouse because it's got a hole cut in the side of it.
It's a glory box. What's in the box? It's a
Wow.
guitar, dummy.
Right now,
Yeah.
Monty Hall is you can have $500 or what's in the box. Let's
What's
make
in
a
the
deal.
box?
Yeah. Yeah. Well, hey. Anyway, welcome everybody. Today is
Black salami.
2021. What? Black salami? Oh my goodness. 8:16 p.m. Eastern, 5:16 Pacific. Let's say.
Specific time.
Specifically, although I heard that
Specific.
time will be changing next week or something.
Something like that. Yeah, you guys changed the thing.
Yeah, make sure you know.
Yeah. So hey, we have channel members here on Johnny Beane TV on YouTube, and the top tier of channel membership are the executive producers: Dave Ennis, Mike Neese.
Look at you
Music
making the
therapy
font
labs.
readable now.
Wow.
different.
What is
PB
this?
and J, Cat, Wayno, False Flag. Great to see you on Twitch last night, man. Andy Carson, Michael B. Great to see you on Sunday, man. R. Habs, the Chad, Lenny Lou and Mary, James Gum, John Moronic, Stephen Franklin, Michael Smith, aka the Captain, Thomas Santiago, Joe Christian, and Steve Carmichael.
Steve Carmichael.
Those are the top tier of channel membership here on Johnny Beane TV.
Why do I feel like I got LASIK surgery because I could read those so clearly now?
Maybe you did.
Jesus.
But yeah, click that join button right below the 30 thumbs ups. Thank you so much, you guys.
Thank you, everybody.
Thank you. And we
I
also
want to give it a thumbs down.
Go ahead.
Okay.
Go ahead. Johnny Beane TV Facebook page.
Well, I'm going to give it a thumbs
Facebook
up
stars.
to counter that.
And if you'd like to help support these shows, any super chats will change the color of my lights. If you look behind me, we got the Guitar Moir. We got cool colors.
Only one that has noticed that Johnny is just ignoring all of us and he's going to go through his thing no matter what.
I got to get through this stuff quick.
No, you don't.
There's
you
a lot
don't have
to
to do it.
about.
Well, I would like to entertain the people as soon as the promos are done. So,
Right.
yeah,
All right. Let Johnny
I'd
do
like-
his thing.
go ahead, Johnny, so we
All
can
right, fine.
talk.
Go ahead, Johnny.
Change my lights. Change them.
Change my balls from blue back to pink.
I'm sick of these colors. There we go.
Don't it make my blue balls pink?
There we go. We're also live in the Van Halen 1974 to 2020 Facebook group. Almost 60,000
We're really sorry.
members. This is also a podcast where the
Is it
newest
now?
edition is we are live on. Actually, we're not live, but the podcast is on Facebook. I saw it. Johnny Beane TV
Ooh.
Facebook page. There is a button where you can actually go write the podcast on.
That's wonderful.
So check that out. And also, we got Dane Zimmerman here tonight.
He's right
Oh,
behind
wait,
all those
wait,
guitars.
Where is
It'd
he?
be nice if you said that with a little more.
Oh, jeez.
Nope. Dane's already quit.
Yeah, he's
He
had
already
enough.
quit the show.
Jeez, 7 minutes
Good
in
news
and we
is-
lost one already. This is like Survivor. Jeez.
It's funny. He's probably went home. Went out in the bathroom to crank one out to that box. It's the most amazing thing. He's got the guitar, but he's not going to show the guitar.
And we know what's in the box. It's not
We
like
know
we don't.
what it. You know what it is? What's in the box is an official version of what you see hanging on the wall right there. A real version of it. The real thing.
He's going to have like a birth party, like, so you know if it's red or blue for the baby.
Yeah, he'll have. Yeah,
pink
he'll
or
have
blue. He's going to
Yeah, by the
release
way-
smoke or something and burn the store
By the way,
down.
it's blue and it's cheaper.
Dane, listen to Renus Pinkle for once.
Just
Wait,
once.
why? No, why once? Why once? Why would you besmirch the
You're
fine
muted.
name of Renus Pinkel for that?
I'll listen to him once. What'd he say?
There we go. Just imagine how much money you could make off this show.
He has made money off the show. He's the only one besides Johnny that's made money off this fucking show.
Yeah, Dane sells stuff. Dane sells stuff off this show. There he is.
Yeah. So open the box.
Open
I
the
guarantee
box.
you, you'll sell that tonight if you open it.
You
Guys, I
might sell
can't
it
open the
tonight,
box
Dane.
right now. I have a customer, and we're going to do some trades and some deals. And
What did they bring in?
Taylor. So
What did he bring in? He brought in a Taylor.
let me ask him if I can flip the camera around.
Is it a Chuck Taylor?
Yeah.
Is it a
he
rip?
brought
Is
in
it a
his
Rip
Chuck
Taylor?
Is it a Liz Taylor? If it's a Liz Taylor, it's already been through 7 other stores.
These have always brought me luck.
Oh, he's got permission to turn him around.
Oh, hold
He's
on,
going to
here
break
we
his
go.
monitor right now. Watch the
Here we go.
monitor shatters.
Jeez, this is like watching a satellite turn. How
I know. I
long
was
does
just
this
going to
take?
say. And here we see the president and Mrs. Kennedy coming into Dealey Plaza.
I think he's hallucinating. There's no one there.
Yeah, I don't see anybody.
You're
I
muted.
see a sneaker. I see a
This
sneaker, and he's muted.
This is like Bugs Bunny on a desert island hallucinating a turkey. Oh, speaking
What's
of
up, man?
turkey, there we
Hey
go.
there.
Oh, he's making guitar faces. That's cool.
He's got guitar face.
Yeah, he's
Well,
making
that's
guitar
cool
faces. Yeah,
So
It's
weird.
a cool looking guitar.
kind of a Taylor acoustic single cut, thin line, slim line.
That's a nice looking guitar.
Yeah, it's nice. What's he going to trade him for it? Watch, he's going to give him like a.
I have this empty case for you.
I'm going to give you a 1960 Les Paul. I'll trade you for this. What's he trading him? Oh, it's just a case.
If
That's
it
it?
fits in there, you can have the case.
Did we have a deal?
I
I
wouldn't have a
have-
deal. Here's the thing. I'm going to take this guitar and put it behind the counter. I'm not gonna sell it to anybody. In fact, I'm not gonna open the case again. So far,
I'm
No
gonna
deal.
treat it
I'm
just
outta
like
here.
I'm gonna treat it just like my Van Halen. Wait,
No.
wait.
I'm gonna
Don't
bring you
go.
more. He's bringing. You watch. He's bringing more in. Watch. He'll bring something good in too.
Yeah.
He'll bring something good in, and he'll be like, "Are you sure you don't have a Tiesco Del Rey?"
Oh my god, this is exciting.
By the way,
Having a
by the way,
live
this
feed
is-
in an actual store.
For people who are new to the channel or might be new to the show this week, Dane is one of our best friends. This is how we treat our best friends.
Yeah. This is just a little innocent, ball busting. Hello, Sharon Will Dollar. Let me say hi. Let's do a quick roll call.
It's funny.
while
I always
playing.
call her Wild Dollar, but it's probably Will Dollar or Will Dollar. I always call her Sharon Wild Dollar, and I don't know why.
We'll do her for a dollar.
That's inappropriate. Now you're being a sexist
I
pig monster,
know.
and that gets Sharon to quit. I think Sharon leaves the show when
I
we
think
start
Sharon
becoming
has
sexist
seen
pigs.
the show, so she knows the jokes.
Yeah.
Oh, here's something
Oh,
else.
what do we have here?
Oh, what's he got here?
What's this?
What is this?
Hmm,
What is this?
this looks
That's, a,
good.
that's an Ernie
Oh,
Ball.
It's a stingray.
Yeah, it's a Stingray
Oh.
bass.
Oh, look at that.
I'll give you
Nice.
$5.
The funny thing about it is, it's funny how the three of us can identify that guitar by looking at the back of the headstock.
Those are the
Dane
back
is
of it.
wondering what
And
is
Dane is like, I wonder what this is.
Let's see. How many strings does it have? 1, 2,
It's only got
3.
5 strings, so it's broken.
Oh boy.
I only deal in 6-string guitars.
I'll hide this and he won't know I took it.
Look, I've looked. I don't have a bass amp to plug it into.
What
By the way, Dane,
what are you doing
Dane-
with my guitar?
Dane, your bass amps are off to the right. You see where that little Marshall with the Union Jack flag is on the floor? To the right of that, that's where you keep your bass amps.
This is
Can they
like
hear us?
Pawn Star. This is like Pawn Stars.
Why is he taking it so
I've
far away?
got to call an expert. I've got to call an expert.
He's taking it really far away, so maybe so they can't hear us. I wonder if he can hear us
Yeah.
or if he's muted us.
Dane,
can you hear
He's
us?
muted. Hey, Dane.
Dane, can you hear us? Dane, can you hear us? Dane, are you okay? Are you okay, Dane? Dane, are you okay? Are you okay? Are you okay, Dane?
Dan,
I don't think-
Are you okay?
I think he's got us muted.
I don't think they can hear us.
Dan, can
You
you
have
hear
us-
us? Just
we
wave if you
muted?
can hear us. Wave if you can hear
Wait,
us.
that's not a
you
stinger.
Oh, he
hear
can
us.
hear us. All right, cool.
Okay, there you
That's
go.
not even a.
It's
wait
a
minute, we were
Marcus
wrong.
Miller.
Oh,
hell
I
is-
thought it was a
what the hell?
Stingray.
So it's a copy of the Stingray. Okay.
It's
a
fretless.
It's
Oh,
a,
that's
a
cool.
Marcus Miller.
1, 2, 3.
It's a fretless jazz. Fretless jazz.
Is it a 5?
It's a jizz
Yeah.
bass.
Yeah, that is cool. That
That is a nice looking bass.
That's straight up Tony Franklin style.
There you go.
We all spent the last 3 minutes shitting on Dane, and that's Jane. Who's Jane? Shitting on Dane, and he got a pretty cool looking guitar out of that.
Yeah.
We're sorry, Dane.
That's so
Bozique
weird.
says Marcus Miller is a great bass player.
Unfortunately, Dane is not. No, Dane actually is a pretty good bass player. He plays bass in a band called Whiskey Dogs. For those that don't know this, they wrote a song that was used in the Mayans TV show this past season. You didn't hear it because it was on in the background during the hotel fight, but it was there and they got paid for it, and that's cool.
Very cool.
Very cool. I want to do a quick roll call because we have so many people in the chat. I just want to acknowledge real quick. Kurt 5150, Michael the Captain Smith in the house, Larry Riker.
Oh, what's up, Captain?
Larry Riker, Bozique.
Where'd that guy come from?
Andrew Saviers, Kentra 55, Lenny Lou and my little sex kitten Mary, Chris Bevan, Thomas Santiago, Brendan
Sharon Dane is about
Buttcheeks.
6'2", 6'3".
Let's see. Sharon in the house, Rico B in the house, our buddy Cobra Kai Platoon, an essential member of this team. Thank you, Cobra Kai.
Yeah,
for
he's
everything.
the silent assassin of the show.
Let's see. Hellstorm, Janice, la 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 la. Let's see. Chris Bevan, all Dave, all night. Kentra 55, Alice Martinez, hey, Alice.
Subio.
Sean Zimmerman, Lee Safko, Nightbot in the house, Joshua Britton, how are you, man? and he's been to Zim's Guitars and is coming back. He's returning something. R2, R3 Locking Nut, Jeff Davidson.
So that's Jay. That's Jay in a different screen name.
I know, right? That's Jay's other screen name. Jeff Davidson asked, am I still filming? Filming for one movie has stopped. I'm in pre-production for another movie right now that'll be filming in November. But
who's going to make more money on this project, you or Dane today?
Dane, probably. Let's see. Going into the chat. Yostinator in the house. Renus Pinkle in the house. Black Salami in the house.
Where'd that guy come from? He came out of the back room somewhere.
Oh, he was in the X zone. James G behind the curtain.
It's like we're watching the security feed.
Jeff Davidson, Browns fan, Sandra Picorni.
You know, we sounded like there. We sounded like the two girls that call Mothra right there.
I've actually seen that movie.
Nice. It's about a giant moth. How threatening can that be?
I don't know.
Your sweaters, Mothra's coming.
I don't know if you've been in Arizona this summer. The moths are everywhere. It's like the birds.
That they're out here in LA crazy.
Yeah, we've had an inordinate moth season this year.
Let's see who else here. Christopher Live, Sawa, how are you, brother?
Hey, man.
Let's see. Kai Matthews, hey, brother. Let's see. Dan of New Jersey in the house. Marky FX in the house.
Bo Zeke has got it nailed it. I said all of Dane's deals look like the beginning of a robbery. This does look like you should have John Walsh in the background. Our suspect walks in. The unsuspecting store proprietor hands him a guitar. Little does he know, outside the door, there's a man in a rusty 75 Camaro with the engine running.
Casing the joint. Danny's rocking metal. How are you?
Can you guys hear us?
Yes, they can.
You guys in the store, can you hear us?
Mesa police would later say he made a bad mistake opening that store in that location.
The case of the gullible woodpecker. If Dane would have gone to the police, this would never have happened.
See, now Dane has put that guitar case up against the glass with the case facing against the glass, so the strings, the guitar is now leaning out of the slot for the case.
Gear Boy in the house, Andrew Sevier's in the house, Chris Bevan in the house. Let's see who else is on Facebook. Mark is probably on Facebook. Murph Murphy in the house.
Hi, buddy.
Browns fan.
I got
Fret Level Midnight.
Hi, buddy. You're a good boy.
Sharon,
Papa
I guess Wild
Blue.
Dollar, I guess.
Yeah, we already mentioned Sharon.
Yeah.
We actually went
did.
through a whole thing about her last name, Johnny. Thanks for listening to the show.
She's the only one watching from Facebook.
Oh, well, at least she's the one.
Well, we appreciate Grant Fisher in the house, Dave Ennis
Grant!
in the house.
Grant from Aussie, man.
Yeah, Grant
How
Fisher.
are you, brother? Nice to have you.
Grant, I've known Grant through the internet for almost, it's got to be 30 years now, Grant. Jesus. That's a long time, man.
Oh, yeah, and happy belated birthday to Sandra Bricorni the other day. There you go. Let's see, Barry.
She didn't show us her birthday suit, though. I thought she got a nice suit for her birthday.
I heard it. I heard it looks good. Let's see. Barry McCockiner is in the house.
Oh, hey, we're going to start with that already.
Why not? It is Tuesday. Nice to see the captain in here. Joshua Britton in the house.
No, there's a lot of good people here tonight. I love that.
We have a nice crowd. Welcome, everybody.
There's a lot of good.
Take a
lot
second,
of good
leave
people
a
here. The
thumbs
rest of
up.
you suck.
The show really starts sucking really soon, so please leave a thumbs up right now before it does. We appreciate it. And Thrash Metal and Fun Riffs in the house. Hey, buddy. Nice
And subscribe.
And subscribe, because you don't know what you're missing.
Actually, you do know what you're missing, and that's why you won't subscribe.
That's why you probably haven't subscribed yet. My mother's like, I don't really want to subscribe to this.
Yeah.
I don't even want to watch. I don't even want to watch Tuesdays, John, but you always test me. Ma, what was the show about? I say, I don't know. Guitars? I say, Ma, be a little more specific. I don't know. Paul was there, and the child toucher was there, and Johnny was there.
And the guy, you know, if we put a mustache on Dane, he's got his Halloween costume.
There it is.
It just occurred to me.
Oh,
It just occurred to me. Man, Cuda, man. If he puts on a suit and a bow tie and just puts on a fake mustache, we don't have to have sad Ace this year. He could be this year. He could be that costume character and just completely eviscerate the show for the entire 5 hours, and it would be brilliant.
He would be angry. This guy.
I don't like Dane's store either. By the way, Dane has multiple customers right now. You've caught him on this is like Mutual of Omaha's wild.
This is the rush.
Here we see the southwestern Arizona guitar store in its natural habitat. The proprietor, who is stroking his chin, knowing that he's got at least 2 suckers on the hook, is now up.
We can't hear you, but apparently you can hear us, and that's all that matters.
We can't hear you. Don't let me fool you. I'm not buying anything in this joint.
I play drums.
I'm just distracting the owner while my partner in crime here loads something in his case. This is gonna be like Nikki 6, where hey, can I have a job application? Sure, and he loads something in the case.
The fun part about it will be like at the end of this thing, the legitimate customer, who's probably a very nice guy and has done nothing to deserve any of this, is gonna be like, "Do you have change for 20?" Or what? Oh, you bought it? Did you buy that thing? How much did he screw? Did he screw you? Yeah. It sounds like it.
Oh no!
I kind of figured you when you saw that come through the door. I saw you light up. Did you buy that directly? Did you buy it from Dane, or did you let Jerry fist you first?
Wow.
Do you know sign language?
I know what that is. It's cold in Dane's store.
Those
that's
hard
cool.
nipples were a dead giveaway.
I will tell you that is that acoustic amp was great. It was a beautiful amp.
Still is.
Yeah, it's still a beautiful amp. Hey, look, everybody! Lemmy has joined us this afternoon. Lemmy, who is completely unimpressed with what's going on here. Lemmy is she's a happy girl. She's been getting her arthritis shots, and she just got fed. So, in about 25 minutes, she'll get up, and her tail will go up like one of those pumps that you do for a well.
I'm sure this is like in between.
Yeah. Howie.
Dane, apologize to your customer for us. He's done nothing to deserve the abuse we've been giving him.
Guys, that's in the chat. You'll know him. That's Rock Candy. It's Rock Daddy. So whenever you see Rock
Who's your
Daddy
Rock
in the
Daddy?
chat,
Who's your Rock
that's
Daddy?
Oh.
And every time he leaves a comment, it's very insulting. So
Oh, well, then screw him.
he deserves every insult you throw him.
Wow.
How much did he get that amp for? Did he buy it directly from Jerry, or did he buy it through you?
I showed him the 360.
Oh, he bought it directly from me.
There you go.
That wasn't one of the options, but okay.
Jerry gave me the amp, and I sold it to him
5
5 minutes later.
Okay. That means he
It's
left
a
money
cool-
on the table.
I left a lot.
It's
of
a
money.
cool amp, man. That's a real acoustic, vintage acoustic 360, and that's a beautiful amp.
That is a good
What's
amp.
weird about
Straight
that
up.
amp is the power supply of that amp is down in the speaker cabinet. So the whole top piece is just like a mixer.
Yeah, that's kind of when acoustic came back, they made those acoustic heads, and they were basically the house brand for a major guitar company, guitar chain that is going through bankruptcy protection about every 9 months. And they're good. They're good. The solid state ones are good. They're good and they're cheap and they sound good and they capture the spirit of the old ones, but they don't have the soul that the original ones do. And because the power supply is down in the cab, that cab weighs like fucking 600 pounds. It's super heavy.
It also had it also has a sticker on the back from some company in Hollywood that originally had it. So it's been in Southern California.
Nice.
I've been in Southern California. I don't have a sticker.
Look on your ass, Paulie. It might be there.
Yeah, it says if found, drop into nearest mailbox.
Let's see. I actually just got a new amp. Literally today, I was gifted a Fender Twin amp, and it's tweed and beautiful. Let me see if I can lift it up here to show you guys. This was beautiful. My friend Joe got this for me.
Are you sure it's not a Twink amp?
Oh, hold on. Oh, fucker, this heavy.
Yep.
Hold on.
You saw this.
There we go. Oh, there it is. A beautiful Fender.
Oh, you got the mini.
Is that what this is? It looks pretty full size to me.
Looks bigger on camera. It's all about perspective.
Yeah, it's all perspective. I'm gonna put my penis close to the camera as well. In the chat, the great Jay Hannon of the band Gizmachi. Thank you, Jay.
When did he become the great Jay Hannon? Is that like his wrestling name, like the Great Muta?
Oh, look, the guy plays great guitar. The guy also is a great producer. So he is the great Jay Hannon. He is earned that fine. Look at him. Doesn't he look great in that photo?
Yeah,
That's
I'm not saying he's not a great guy, but I'm not sure we should be giving him the great title. I mean, that's a lot to live up with.
I should really put my penis next to this amp so it looks huge. I usually put it next to
Yes, your penis would make that amp look huge.
It really would.
Speaking of Jay, he's got a great show coming up this Wednesday for Metal Wednesday.
Oh yeah. Look at that photo.
He has Josh Wilbur, producer, mixer, engineer.
Is that what that says? You said you couldn't read the box that Dane was holding earlier.
No, I could read it. I just didn't know what was in it.
Oh. So it's reading comprehension that you have the problem with.
What?
That's a cerebral joke, Johnny.
9 p.m. Eastern. Right, Jay? Wednesday.
Let's see, this has...
That's cool.
Volume, tone, drive, and an off and on switch with a little light that blinks. It's got it all.
Nice.
It's got it all. I'm very excited to try.
I love that. I love how we're still... middle-aged guys, and we're still like, ooh, the light blinks.
Yeah. You can put batteries in it.
Why don't you have a little light that blinks, Woody?
Johnny, yes, Johnny. You know what? You look older than everyone else on the show, except Dane, who died 3 years ago.
I was about to say, Dane went to the prom with Yummy Mummy. He's...
Wait a minute. We can A-B. We can A-B. Dane, look at the camera.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, the similarities.
Dane, no, you gotta put a mustache on this Halloween. That's your and just rip the show apart for 5 hours.
Mez guitars.
You could be a complete asshole and nobody would give you a hard time because you're playing a character.
It'll be Danevid Crosby.
Oh, I see what you did there.
Danevid Crosby. There we go.
Crosby.
Whoa. Trying to compensate for something compared to my amp? What the hell?
Now that's a small amp right there. Pig nose?
What's that?
Those are awesome.
Pig nose? Those are
awesome.
They used to be the premier busking amp. Is it battery operated, Dane?
Yes.
Usually, yeah. Yeah, they're cute.
Batteries are dead.
So it doesn't work, is what you're saying.
I like the little pig nose knob on those.
Oh no, pig noses are great.
Yeah, they're fun.
Yep.
Those are a lot of fun.
I think it's also an ethnic slur.
Wow.
Yeah.
Well, speaking of ethnic slurs, I got an unboxing. If Dane hasn't fucked it yet, look what I got. I got a tight little box, and this is speaking of tight little box. It's from the tight little boxes of Linny Lou and Mary.
Oh boy.
Gosh. Oh my God.
Creepy.
There we go. Yeah.
By the way, for those of you new to the show, Mary, I believe, is in a wheelchair.
and in her 80s, but young like can be. She's in the
and
spirit of her 20s and fucks like a wildebeest.
She's in a wheelchair and in her 80s, so John can catch up to her. Catch up to her.
She's the only woman that doesn't run away when I wheel her toward my crotch.
She knows how to roll with the changes, as in John brings change and she rolls away.
Nice. I've basically duct taped her wheels so she can't get away from me.
You're so wrong
for those horny Saturday nights I have. So
I like
Sharon.
I like Lenny Lou and Mary. They're very nice people.
I love Lenny Lou and Mary. And look what they got me. Let's see what they got me. This is very sweet of them.
Oh,
to get me something nice. What does it say?
She's on the Walker in 85.
Oh, yeah,
cool.
There we go.
Better than you imagined.
Let me tell you something. I'll bend her over that walker and give it to her.
I was just going to say, that's trapeze sex when you're 85.
I'm so into it. Nothing like my little geriatric love kitten.
Lenny Lou, serious question. Tennis balls on the walker? Probably. That's the law. That's the law. I've been thinking about your wrinkled vagina, baby.
I like those fuzzy balls.
Can't get it up.
Let's see. All right. Well, first of all, it comes with this, which is very nice.
That's the best part of the box right there.
Well, this is something reminiscent of Mary right now. I'm gonna.
They make a cream that'll reduce that swelling is what's happening there, is what's going on.
I'm gonna Vaseline this thing up, boy. You wait till I get this home. This is like a double vag.
Wait till you get it home. Where are you? Whose house have you been broadcasting from for the past few years?
I hope they don't come home in time. There we go.
Oh boy, that's
two in the pink and one in the stink. Give it the shocker. Ye old shocker.
By the way, this is why John is single. He doesn't know how to do the shocker.
Well, listen, it's hard when this vagina is flying all over the place.
John, don't lie to people. It's never hard.
I need some duct tape. When it's duct tape, this will be great. So this is what they sent me is a plastic
Blue Rhino's
vagina.
like, finally, somebody else.
Oh, that's terrible. My sweet little rhino, poor thing. Okay, let's see what we got. So there's a card in here.
Oh, so sweet.
That's sweet, right?
They're nice people.
They're awesome.
No. They're nice people, and you're going to spend the next 5 minutes shitting on their gift.
No, I am not. I am grateful for their gift. Hold on. Let's see.
What?
Is there any check? There's no check. There's no
check.
check.
John is required to be a man of his people when he opens a card.
Yeah, that's step one. Is you shake the card to see if there's a check. Step two is you check the price, $3.49. All right, it's a shoebox greeting card. These are funny. I like those. Let's see. Don't forget, you are what you eat. I need to eat a skinny person.
Boy.
I was thinking a vagina would fall out because let's see if I
you already took the vagina out of the box.
And what's really funny, I'm gonna read this on the air. Dear John, if this car was true, we'd be vaginas. See, they made the joke too. Look, they made the joke too. All right, let's see what else. I want to see if I could read all this on the air because some of it may be a little risque.
Last thing. Hi, Ellie.
Let's see.
All right, I got to do a dog thing. I'll be right back.
Okay. Love this. I hope that. And love Lenny Lou and Mary. Love to Blue Rhino and Mom Cuda. I won't read the rest; it's personal. But thank you very much, Lenny Lou and Mary. You guys are so freaking awesome. You are the best audience ever. So let's see what they got me, Johnny. Let's see.
Drum roll, please.
Paulie? Should I wait for Paulie? I should wait for Paulie. I'm gonna wait for Paulie. There's False Flag giving a little love. Thank you, False Flag.
And
Keith Campbell's like, hi, Ellie.
I can tell you, because some people think False Flag and I are the same person. We talked to him last night in the Discord. So
I talk to False Flag all the time.
Person.
Let me dispel any thoughts that False Flag and Johnny are the same person. He's in Australia, Johnny's not. He knows music, Johnny doesn't. I don't know what else to give, but no, there's $1 million. False Flag and Johnny are not the same person. I know for a fact. FYI. Let me take this moment, by the way, to since while we're waiting for Paulie to get back, let me take this moment to say something that's been on my mind this last 2 weeks probably. There has been I'm not going to mention names. There has been some tension between one channel or another on YouTube and our channel on YouTube. And look, at the end of the day, there is a lot of audience for all of us, and none of us are without our guilt of having fired shots at each other. So I'm right now live on the air in front of a large audience calling for everybody to just stop the bullshit. Our side, their side, their side. There's just too much bullshit right now. I come on here to entertain audience. Paulie comes on there to entertain audience. I think all of us on our respective channels and shows come on here. Why are you taking me off there, Johnny? I'm having a serious conversation. I don't care about Dane. I just want everybody listening to my voice right now to just stop the bullshit. Their channel, our channel, both of us have launched shots at each other. And I want right now to publicly say, I want peace between us. I want us all to enjoy our audiences, and people come here to be entertained. People come here to be entertained. They don't come here to see drama. They don't want to see channels fighting. They don't want to hear shows talking about other shows, blah, 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 blah. Everybody should love everybody. We're all here for the love of music, for the love of guitars, for the love of Eddie Van Halen. All of us are all here for the right reasons, all channels. So I'm asking, please, my channel, which is really Johnny's channel, but, tonight my show, same thing. Everybody on our channel, please stop. Everybody on their channels, please stop. Let's all just do our shows. Let's all get along together. Outside of these shows, a lot of us are friends. And I just don't want to see these thumbs down, these things said on Facebook about each other. All of us are guilty of it, every one of us. So I'm right now calling for it to stop, please, on both sides. Nobody talk bad about them. Nobody talk bad about us. Nobody name their name, our name, their band, their show. Let's all just entertain the audience. That's what we're here for. That's what people come here for. I want to entertain people. I want to make people laugh. I want to talk music. So please, their side and our side, no more. I'm asking as a favor, please, let's just entertain our audience. We value our audience. We value our members. And that's what I want to do. So I don't want to hear any of it from either side. Please, I'm asking you nicely, please. That's it. So 133 people in the chat. Please leave a thumbs up. Appreciate it. Let's get back to entertaining our audiences. Okay? Because they deserve it. All our audiences deserve it. They're all here.
Agree.
Go ahead.
I agree.
Absolutely.
Like I've always said, be cool, be nice, do your own thing.
And that's us too. I want to clearly state it's all of us. It's our channel, it's their channel, and it's their channel. All of us have said things, out of anger. All of us have said things that we really don't mean. And, all of us have done things and said things in chats and left thumbs down. And it's just not right. And it's not cool. And it doesn't serve our audience. And that's what we're here for. Okay, that's it. That's my point. So leave a thumbs up on the video, please. Margaret Scranton, Tube Supio, welcome everybody.
Margaret. Hey, Margaret. Margaret, get a hold of me. Let's do a show.
Yeah.
Margaret's
not?
awesome. Margaret, we're friends, and we're actually friends in real life. And we used to play shows together back in the day. We played the same clubs, played the same bills. all the
Cool.
time.
Which Bill? Cosby? Margaret Scranton, I remember I bought you a drink. I remember that.
Oh my gosh.
No, that's terrible.
Oh my goodness.
There we go. And thank you, Mark Dillon. Thank you. Thank you, Quentin James. Thank you, Pooh Ninja. Everybody. We have a nice audience tonight. Thank you. It is all David Crosby's fault. The only people that we do shit on openly is David Crosby, because he shits on us. And of course, an occasional guitar company that rhymes with Weasel. I'm not saying the name, though, so just once in a while. Speaking of crap, Bang Energy Drink, delicious Bang Energy Drink. Johnny, spotlight me. It's a wonderful Bang Energy Drink moment. Tonight is Penis Colossal, which I've had a few cans of lately, and it's kind of addictive. Penis Colossal Bang Energy Drink, delicious Bang Energy Drink. Get that taste of jizz or pussy out of your mouth with delicious, energizing, pump you right up so you can pump off Bang Energy Drink, delicious Bang Energy Drink. Thank you, Bang Energy Drink.
Oh my gosh. Steve Anderson. That's okay.
Johnny Bean Show.
Steve Anderson, that's fine. Steve Anderson's telling me that he
Michael.
Asleep. He was supposed to be on here on Saturday. He was supposed to, or Sunday. He was supposed to join us for the String Change show. He said he fell asleep. It's all good, man.
Wow, good show. I watched this week's, or I caught the second half of this week's String Change show. I did.
Oh, cool. Yeah. We had a great time. Yeah, Steve, join us. Cool. Join us Friday, dude. Talking Van Halen.
Jesus Race Me says, am I keeping the hair? I am going to color it back to normal. But yeah, I am going to color it back to black at some point. But for right now, I'm just too lazy. So yeah. So for right now, I'm going to leave it colored grayish.
By the way, were you addressing the beef situation?
I was, and I said my piece, and I hope that everybody basically on both sides of the fence, ours and theirs, heeds it and says, hey, let's do what's good for our audience. Let's stop this bullshit, and let's stop hurting our audience and each other's shows, because that's not why people come here. So yeah,
that's my thought. My thought is this is children in the schoolyard. Knock it off.
Yeah, and I know you're on the same team, Paulie. I absolutely know you're on the same team. Look, we have friends on both sides, on our team and on their teams. And
I don't even know what we're talking about, to be honest with you. I just know that there's been tension.
Yeah, there's been tension. There shouldn't be. Because everybody has good shows, us and them. I've been on I've been on other shows, and I'm happy to. And they've been on our shows, and it's stupid for any of us to be fighting or calling out names or talking about each other on Facebook. It's bullshit. So I'm asking for both sides to please end it right here and now. Over.
Well, I'm going to drop the nuclear option right now and just say this show sucks more than any other show. And if you try to deny that, if you try to deny that, try to deny that, I'll argue that point to the end. Yeah,
I agree. Paul and I no longer have beef now.
Of all the awful shows on the internet, we're hoping that this one is the awfulest.
Because we try the hardest. We try the hardest.
Well, not really. Speaking of hard, here, John, I know this will work for you.
Oh my gosh!
What is that? Oh, is that a burrito?
You're eating a
goddamn
burrito.
Right it is. It's a
and it's just as flat as my penis.
It's a Tina's Red Hot Beef Big Burrito.
Ooh, the big burrito.
It's twice as unhealthy.
Nice.
Twice the.
Oh, this is the best worst food you can eat.
I think that's the nuclear option, Paulie.
Well, I just said I'm going to drop the nuclear option, but in about an hour. Look, nice. There's nothing that shows up in the periodic table of elements in there. It is gross.
Oh, wow.
But it's great.
Yeah,
I didn't get a chance to eat my dinner before the show like Johnny does.
No, I have to eat later.
I'm going to eat on the show because last week we saw Dane destroy a pizza. Now we're going to see me destroy a toilet.
Nice.
Well, I've been saying for Saturday nights, I want to do a Saturday night show coming up where we're all actually eating.
Yeah, I almost stopped
or something,
it's funny because you remember that part where I filmed myself illegally exceeding the posted speed limit?
I have no memory of that, but
right, exactly. There was a legend of a guy on Saturday night showing how fast his truck would go until the governor would shut it down. I was literally driving past
the governor of Arizona or the governor on your truck.
I was literally driving past the exit of my favorite pizza place here in Arizona, in Phoenix, and I was barrel assing down the highway, and I remember thinking to myself, "Shit, I should have stopped and got a pizza." Because we were gonna. I think we had planned to do that last week. That the Saturday night show was going to be everybody was going to have a pizza, so that we could all make fun of Dane at once. And then, as is always the case, the pre-planning of these shows just went to shit because we can plan something today on Tuesday, and by Saturday nobody remembers it.
Oh, absolutely,
Yeah.
no,
And,
but it'd be fun to eat. It'd be fun to, it'd be like having a big dinner, and people
Sure.
can watch and
sure.
have the same stuff, and
Mhm.
right, false flag. That's right, Johnny.
This Johnny is
That's right,
speaking.
Johnny.
Johnny is speaking.
Johnny
one of the voices.
basically puts on a baseball cap. That's right, Johnny. Thanks, false flag.
Yeah,
Okay,
Johnny's
Johnny.
speaking to the many voices in his head.
Schizophrenic, and so am I.
Well,
You're right, Mike Neese. Mike Neese, your wagon does go faster than my truck because the computer shuts my truck's accelerator down. It's bullshit.
And Christopher Lifestyle, I do not have any Nita Strauss guitars, but if I did, I would smell them every day.
Oh my
You saw
God.
you saw what Dane does to a box.
Oh God,
John
I
would do that to the guitar.
My buddy Erica Foreman in the house.
Renus Pinkle, I want to see Zim eat some Arby's. Nobody wants to see that.
Oh,
That's like going down on Courtney Love.
Oh,
Why do you think they call me Hole? Speaking of holes, so let's see what Lenny Lou and Mary got me in this box. We waited for you, Paulie.
Oh,
I
cool.
read-
I thought I missed it.
Oh,
That's
no,
awesome.
no. All right, so we got that plastic vagina. Let's see what else. Oh my, no. Oh my. Another vagina. What is the story with this? Everything seems to be vaginal shaped.
Are you back on?
I really don't even know what this is or what this is for. Let's see. This is probably you know what this
Yummy.
probably is? This is probably for ammo, right? Is this for ammo? Rena
Nope.
says it's a meat wallet. I don't know. Is this
It's what you put your small pistol in.
indeed my little Derringer? So I lube this up and I lube this up. Let's see. So I basically so far got two vaginal objects. This is interesting.
They're prepping you for the operation that's coming up.
Let's see. Okay, this is interesting. Let's see. Hold on. There's a patch. There's a patch from my favorite snatch in here. Yeah, this is for ammunition because this is Smith & Wesson.
Yeah, it's a small thing for your pistol.
Yeah. So
Because-
this is like for carrying a small gun,
Mhm.
which I do have a small gun, or a few of them actually.
Mhm.
So that's for that. And then now this is a little more Western. It's your neck from this rat gang. It's really what you want.
Shell belt, yeah. What size is that shell belt? Looks like
Man.
what size shells?
Let's see. I mean, these are handgun shells. This is
Yeah, I know. Obviously, they look
I mean,
like
this
it looks
looks
like
like
it
a
might be.
9mm would fit in here.
No, it looks like either
Oh,
38
sure.
or 38 or 357.
9mm would fit
bigger.
in there.
That's
9mm would fit in there.
Nope. 9mm is too small. It'll slide right through those little loops.
No,
Yep.
no, I'm telling you. I have 9mm. It wouldn't slip through those.
It's too short. Look at the size of the sleeve. The bullet itself is too short. That's going to be 38 or 357.
No, it's
Lenny Lou says it
Yeah.
on the
What?
screen.
38.
That's my
And three-
age.
Mm-hmm.
I'd have to bring a 9mm to it. I looks like a 9mm would
The
fit
9mm
in there.
shell's too short to fit through that. It'll get. I mean, you can get it in there, but you would have a bitch getting it out.
Maybe a little.
That's what
tight,
she
but-
said.
Anyway, so it's a
Is it leather?
38. It is leather. It's beautiful
Yeah.
leather. It's really.
So you have
nice
to put the right size in it
Make
because
sure this fits. Yeah, because otherwise it'll stretch, and it does fit too.
44 would fit in it, but it would stretch that leather.
No, this is way too big for 44.
No,
Way too small for a small tube for 44. This is nice. Margaret Scranton in the house. Hey, Margaret. Laguna Palms says 44. It's not a 44. 38 for sure.
It's funny.
Nice.
And 38 is the U.S. equivalent of 9mm anyway.
Yeah, basically.
It's just a longer case.
It's beautiful.
It's so funny that this show, talking guitars and 80s metal, you whip out some gun stuff, and all of a sudden the layers start to peel back a little bit.
Let me tell you something. We're all gun-toting nuts here. Nuts.
Well,
NRA.
John can't tote guns. He lives in California.
I can't tote them. I can own them. But this is nice. Thank you, Winnie Lou and Mary. And there's
Now, what made them
thing
think
here.
of giving you gun shit? Did you were you open about a gun thing?
We've talked about guns before. Lenny Lou and Mary are gun enthusiasts. They
Of
are.
course, yeah.
So and it's a
guitar
sub-hobby
strap,
for me.
isn't it?
It's
a guitar
sub-hobby
strap.
for me. No, it's a gun. It's a gun belt. It's a gun
Oh,
Okay, so this feels like something else.
Eduardo Marino Porto, the 640 is the best revolver ever made, in my opinion. Stainless steel.
Porto.
It's a little obviously it's a little heavy because it's stainless steel, but it'll shoot anything, man. That thing will, you can put full load 357s in that thing. Speaking of full loads, full load 357s in that, and it handles them. I mean, obviously it's a 2-inch barrel, so it's going to snap your wrist a little bit. But Jesus, what a great gun!
I'm going to give Lenny Lou and Mary my full load. All right, so let's see. So this is something wrapped in pink cloth, which looks like this is interesting. Well, this this is really interesting. Okay, so
by the way, did they send you? Be careful if they sent you something that they shouldn't be sending through the mail, and it made it. You don't want to expose that.
This is great. Okay, so let's see. Solid Gold of America, valid at Foxy Lady strip clubs. There's $10
in stripper box.
Stripper bucks.
Nice. No Alexander Hamilton on that.
And of course, I believe this is used. This is Mary's panties. This is awesome. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. The smell of geriatric locks. Just delicious.
Wow, that is.
And, oh my gosh.
How's that burrito?
Yeah, baby.
No, baby.
Yeah, baby.
No.
This is great.
Wow.
I can't wait to rub one out to these later.
No.
Thank you.
Wow.
There we go. So there you go. So Mary sent me a used pair of her panties, which is great.
You couldn't have waited another 5 minutes to do this?
Lenny Lou says she made me do it. Hey, listen, Mary, if you're watching, I'm gonna eat this like a fruit roll up.
Lenny Lou, are those yours or Mary's panties? As if it makes a difference.
I believe these are Mary's. Lenny Lou, are these yours or Mary's? I believe they're Mary's. Hi, Ellie.
I hope those are new.
Stripper box.
Oh my gosh.
Lenny
All
Lou,
right,
whose panties are these? I believe these
You've
are
just
Mary's.
guaranteed I will not be eating anything after that.
Hold on. Let's see. I'm waiting for the answer. Let's see what Lenny Lou says. These are Mary's. Mine are a lot bigger.
Good.
All right. Yeah, these are Mary's. Yeah, baby. I'm gonna chew on these like a fruit roll up.
Size queen. Hi, Ellie.
Hey.
You know what's funny is Jay's lovely and tolerant wife Jeannie decided to post a picture of Killian on social media, and because I'm so used to every time I see one of Jay's kids just typing "Hi Ellie," I typed "Hi Ellie," and then I look at the picture. I was like, "Oh, that's not Ellie. Never mind." I delete. Because I've never seen a picture of Killian before, so I was like, "Well, I'm just so used to seeing it." And they're both adorable kids. Like the Hannons are the coolest people
Oh,
on
absolutely.
the face of the earth.
They're
They,
probably
you know,
the nicest family
they're
ever.
so
Like
perfect.
the most
Good for them.
normal, well-adjusted,
Yes.
well-raised
Yes.
family.
Couldn't be nicer. She puts up with his nonsense, and he knows it. And they've got 2 great kids. They're not going to be that well adjusted because look at their parents.
They
But, you know,
raise them with humor. That's the
Yeah.
smart thing. Love
they're-
and humor. They're a great couple.
They're
no,
awesome.
they're
Great
the
family.
nicest people ever. And hi, Ellie.
Well, wait. Speaking of nice, right now my mother just turned on the show to see me eating Mary's panties,
And she's jealous. She's like, John never has a second pair of panties at home.
Don't you like the panties I serve at the table? I don't understand.
They're not like Mom makes.
Yeah, your mother's bloomers are much tastier.
There's nothing better. There's nothing better than home cooked panties.
Let me tell you something. I think
Are those panties kosher, John?
I'm gonna make a soup with these. I'm just gonna kind of boil them into a soup.
Oh no, it doesn't matter. You know what you do? You dip them like tea bags, so you can get you get more mileage out of them that way.
Oh, John, right now, oh, Berta, it would be so nice to see your son. Oh, my son is in a movie now. I'll turn on. He's on the air right now. Oh, no. He's
By the way,
eating bloomers.
Why
No.
doesn't John Mancuda get cast in more movies? This show.
This is why. This is
This is
exactly
why.
why. Right now, there's a casting director deleting the letter that said, Mr. Mancuda, we'd love to have you on our new feature. We saw you recently on the set of I Am Gitmo, and your acting was spectacular. Wait, I'm sorry, what? He was doing
He was
what
eating
today?
what? Yeah.
Delete, 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 delete. Yeah, don't send anything.
Oh, gross.
There he is.
Yeah, and by the way, there is one more thing in this box, which is what I said about Mary when I ate her last time.
I was just going to say that box does sound like Courtney Love now. There's a lot of stuff in it.
Now this is super, super cool, and this has to do with the show. So you ready? Let's leave a thumbs up for Lenny, Lou, and Mary, because look what they got me. They got me the limited edition Iron Maiden CD, the lenticular cover
Oh my
that
god.
changes image.
That's the one we were talking about a couple of weeks ago.
That's
That's
the
the
one we were
Target
talking
exclusive. Yeah.
That is the Target exclusive. Look at that.
Yeah, it's cool.
It changes from
It doesn't work as good when you still have the plastic on it, but it's
Yeah.
cool.
I'll take the plastic off. Just
You
so
have to
know.
unbox that on Dane's show.
Yes, they're doing it on Dane's show. Big hello to the British Electric Blues and 5150 show. You guys are the balls. Thanks for coming by.
There we go.
By the way,
Okay.
that's by the Johnny. You may not know
This
that in
is
Boston,
badass.
calling somebody the balls is a compliment.
Compliment.
That's a good thing.
Yeah, yeah.
This-
when you tell
this is
somebody they're the balls,
badass.
you guys are the balls.
This is badass. Look at this. Let's see if you can see this better now.
Yeah, it's cool.
See, it goes from the face to the samurai.
The samurai, yeah.
Oh, yeah, there it is.
There's the
Yeah.
samurai. There's the face. How cool is that? I love lenticular stuff.
Yep. It's an old technology, but it's still the first time I saw it when I was a kid.
cool one. Yeah.
Yeah, it's really cool the way the light hits. I mean,
It's
just fantastic.
Badass. And it's better. It's better under regular light. Obviously, you know, with the lights around me right now, it's terrible. But and let's open this up. Fucking badass. Look.
Yeah, it's
look at
cool,
that.
isn't it? Yeah,
Double CD.
because
Hold
there are
on.
only like 9 songs on it, but they're all 11 minutes long. But
Yeah,
look at the
that.
amount
There's
of
10 songs.
effort.
There's 10 songs.
Look at the amount of effort that Iron Maiden puts into the packaging. This is exactly the reason why John and I relentlessly tell you to buy physical product, because
Mhm.
MP3s and digital downloads don't offer that kind of fun and art and tangible product. That is so beautiful. They put a ton of, and that's
This is
that,
great.
you know, people don't know that don't own that record. That CD cover is very thick, heavy card stock. It's
Oh,
well
yeah.
done. It's so
Very,
it's
very
like,
thick.
that's the art of music. That's the thing about that we love about music that you just can't get with an MP3.
Yeah, and then
And-
look, there's the lyrics book, which I love reading.
Yes, except with your eyes now, it's going to be very difficult to read those because they're tiny.
Look how cool that is. This
I just
is
think that
badass.
that's
Look at that.
nobody puts more into their product, their musical product, than Iron Maiden. They are self-contained. They are class from the word get-go. The music is quality. The package is quality. The artwork is quality. You absolutely get your money's worth when you buy an Iron Maiden record, which is why
this is total fan service. Look at that.
Yeah, I would never. I didn't even have to hear the first single. As soon as they said, "Oh, new Iron Maiden," buy it because I know it's going to be good. I know what I'm going to get. And the cardstock quality, just the quality of the paper of that book, it's like a concert program. It really is well done from top to bottom.
Look at this, illustrations for every song.
Is that album on a major label too?
Yeah. I think it's still EMI. I think it's EMI International. Yeah, Jesus Rapesme brought up the fact that the Tool 10,000 Days record.
My Tool?
Wait, what?
My Tool?
The Tool record, which I have on a shelf. Here.
Look at that. Look at this. Look at this.
This is a great example of.
Check that out.
Here's a band that does the same thing that Iron Maiden does. Look at that artwork.
That's incredible. They're not making extra money from this. This is for the fans. This is what they do for you as fans, Iron Maiden.
I don't know that the battery is still going to be good in this, but I open this up. I got to take all the stuff that falls out. Tool on their latest record.
BMG, by the way.
Oh, yeah, I remember that one.
Yeah, Tool. See if it still works. Yeah, I haven't charged it. But this literally has a digital video player in the middle of it. Yeah, that has like
Does it work?
Yes. It comes with a USB cord that you plug in so you can recharge it. And it's like this visual, like Doctor Who intro type visual thing that plays while you're, listening to the record. I mean, these are bands that are, as much as I joke about Tool making fun of their fans, because they do, they're sort of abusive to their fans, but when they put out a piece of product, it is phenomenal packaging and worth every cent that you pay for it. This is why you buy the album versus downloading the digital track, because it's not just about the music. Don't get me wrong, if the music sucks, no amount of packaging will take care of it. But when the music is as quality as a band like Iron Maiden or a band like Tool puts out, and then they give you this kind of packaging, you can't get that from iTunes. You just can't. And there's something better about it. The experience is better when you have something to hold and something that is so well put together. It seems like they said, hey, we know you're going to plunk down your $13.99 for this CD. We're going to give you something worth having. And I don't think that a lot of those digital downloads and shit do anything like this, which is why Metallica released their expanded versions of the Black Album, and they did it in physical product. If it didn't make sense to do that anymore, they wouldn't do it, because physical CD sales don't sell as much as, or they're starting to sell again more than digital downloads. You just don't, and these things sound better. Digital doesn't sound as good because we've sacrificed audio fidelity for portability. Yes, you can only hold this one CD, but if I have my phone, I don't even know where the hell my phone went. Where the hell did my phone go? If you have your phone, you can put
right
like
now.
50,000 songs.
Ace is dialing 1-900 porn numbers.
I have no idea where my phone went. That's very weird.
Somebody call Neanderthal.
I don't know where my phone went. I just had it. All right. Anyway, it was an old man moment, is what that was.
Hello.
Well,
hello.
Back in my day.
Are you trying to call me, John?
Yeah, I am. Hold on. Okay, I'm calling you right now.
I don't understand how anybody loses their
hang
phone.
on. I'll go get it. It's in the other room. Hang on.
All right. It's ringing. Hope he picks up.
Your call has been forwarded to an automated voice messaging system.
Oh, no.
Call me again, John. This is funny.
Really?
People that will love my ringtone. That's the theme. That's the theme to Trailer Park Boys.
That's great.
Yeah, now everybody's calling me. The captain has called. All right.
Yeah. So look, thank you very much, Linny Lou and Mary, for this very, very sweet gift. The new Iron Maiden double CD limited edition from Target. I highly recommend it because I love some of the songs on this one. Stratego, I think, is very, very classic Iron Maiden school, old school. I really think it's a cool album. And look, they put a lot of work into it for the fans. Support them, and you'll keep getting more product from them. So I appreciate that. I will absolutely use this stripper buck somewhere at Foxy Lady Providence. There we go.
Foxy Lady Providence.
I will
not to be confused with the fuzzy grape.
I will gleefully rub one out into this later on off the air, or maybe I'll just put David Crosby in them.
Oh, those are bitch panties. No.
You're a bitch.
Oh, no, I'm a little bitch now. Oh, no. Oh, no.
So thank you. That was very nice. And thank you for the Smith & Wesson fun stuff. Appreciate that.
That's cool. That's nice.
Very, very
It's very
cool.
difficult to, very difficult to conceal carry when you're walking around with a belt full of ammunition around your waist. But
yeah, the tackle will probably get more used than the belt. But on the range, this is fun.
Yep.
So thank you. Thank you very much. That was very
I have
sweet
one of
of
those
you.
shotgun belts.
Oh, that's
Because it's got like 50, it's like 50 or 100 rounds on it. It's just one of those ridiculous bandolier belts. But when you've got a KSG, you have to have lots of rounds.
David Crosby is here complaining that these panties aren't staying, that they're too big. So I'm just gonna take the initiative to make sure they fit. Let's just kind of wedgie him right here.
Oh, this is embarrassing.
David Crosby, you've badmouthed Eddie Van Halen, so you get what you get.
I'm wearing bitch panties now.
Don't worry. We will just make sure these stay on you. I think I have an idea. Why don't we just pin them right to your grundle?
Oh, no.
By the way, while we're talking, just going back to the
Fucker.
There we go. They stay on perfectly now.
By the way, just going back to the
There we go.
the packaging thing. AC/DC's last one.
That was another good one.
Yeah, the Power Up record has an amazing package as well. Giggity. The captain, Michael Smith, was pointing that out. Bands.
Hello.
Hello.
I like your package.
Sharon.
Hi. Ow. Hi.
Sharon Wilddollar. Are we still on
buddy.
Facebook?
Hi, buddy.
Facebook was telling me it
buddy.
lost the feed.
This is the buddy. And now Lemmy has decided that she needs to go out and poop. No, not here. Not right here in the bedroom. No, I'll be back. See ya.
Let's switch. Leo Safko brings that up about Richie Faulkner from Judas Priest. So he recently had a surgery issue. So let's wish him well as well and a speedy recovery on that.
Mm-hmm.
So he basically got out of surgery, but look, when you have surgery, it's some hard recovery time. So just wishing him well. Wishing him well. He had to step off of the tour and get some recovery time. So wishing him well from all of us to everyone in their camp.
Yeah,
There
I
you
saw
go.
that, and yeah, all the best.
Yeah, absolutely. Because we love Judas Priest. And, it's amazing that they still get on stage and put on such an incredible show. I mean, Rob Halford is he's the metal god. He just still has his voice and he has his attitude, and God bless him. He loves the fans. So, let's wish Richie all the love and healing in the world. And he'll be back on the road soon, I assume. As soon as he takes a well-earned rest from his surgery.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Sharon, thank you.
Thank you, Sharon. And where is Dane Zimmerman? Is he trying to sell something? I'm looking at this ridiculous empty chair down there.
Well, that's not Dane's chair, but
Oh, well, that's Paulie's chair. Where did Dane go?
Dane left.
Dane.
He actually said he had to split.
Oh, right. Yeah, he's got to go meet another girl. Yeah. I heard about that.
He should have taken us with him. That would be an awesome field trip.
I think that would be a great live feed if we could do that. Absolutely. By the way, someone in the chat earlier asked for today's show and tell guitar hint. Much like Mary's vagina, it is creamy. There is. No, Johnny, don't knock it till you've tried it. 85-year-old vagina. There's something to it. I'm telling you. Like a Snickers bar. No, because that has nuts. A Milky Way bar. Yes, no nuts there. That's right. Yeah, so it is very, very creamy. That is what today's show and tell guitar hint is. Very, very cool guitar. Very, very cool guitar indeed. But there you go. That is today's hint.
Awesome.
Let's talk about I watched the other day Nothing to Lose, or a good chunk of Nothing to Lose, the Stephen Piercy of RATT documentary, where basically it's Stephen going around to places from his past and telling stories about about where he lived, where he grew up, where he formed his first bands, where he met Robin Crosby and Warren DeMartini and Jakey Lee, and all the when he had Mickey RATT, which was the precursor to RATT, and where he grew up and when he got his first guitars, and it's very, very cool. Not a big budget production. Which means I should have been in it. Not a big budget production, but very cool to see Stephen. Stephen is one of those rock stars that you just kind of like. You can follow him and enjoy him because he's just that cool frontman that you've known so long from your past and still rocking along. And he's just just watching him is cool. He doesn't have to do anything. Just hearing him tell stories and seeing him as he is today and where he is today and what he's doing is just cool enough, And it starts off. It's kind of funny. It starts off at his childhood home, and he basically knocks on the door of his childhood home, with the camera crew and everything. And he says, "Hey, I used to live here." And they're like, "Oh, what's that?" And he introduces himself and the whole 9 yards. And, it turns out this person, knew who he was and said, "Oh, I wish my husband were here because he's a big fan." And so this woman invites him and the camera crew in her house, and this is his childhood home. And he basically announces to her, "Yeah, this was the last place I saw my mom. My mom died in this house." And she's like, "Wait, what?" And yeah, and my dad died here too, huh? So she didn't know, both his parents had died in the house, and you could see she's trying not to be unnerved by it, but it's kind of a giveaway that she's like so surprised, like, she sees he's upset about it in remembering it, but she doesn't want to give away, why didn't anyone tell us people died in this house? That's something when you buy a house, usually, you ask, "Oh, is the foundation okay?" Yeah, foundation is okay. And it's had termite inspection. Yep, termite inspection. Yeah, and a nice neighborhood. Yep, great neighborhood, low crime, a lot of nice kids. Oh, that's good. Anyone die in the fucking house? Did anyone die in this fucking house? That's one thing you kind of ask or should ask when you buy a house is, were there anyone dead? Just saying. So yeah, aside from that, though, it was very cool. She shows in his garage that there was an old RATT logo spray painted onto the wall, and he hand wrote song names onto the wall back in the day, and that was really cool. And it was really neat just watching Stephen Piercy be Stephen Piercy, because he's fun to watch. He's fun to listen to his stories. When he was a little kid, he got his his bike hit by a car. He's riding his bike as a kid. He got plowed into by a car. So, he's talking about that and his hospital stay, and really neat. And thank you, British Electric Blues and 5150 show in New Zealand. Thank you, man. We appreciate that.
Thank you, Andrew.
Yeah, good dudes. They're just good dudes. We raid them on occasion after Saturday night and sort of screw with them, and they're always great about it. And it's a great show too, by the way. That's the other thing is, that's a show that actually talks about music as opposed to us where we talk about gossip and shoot the shit about it. Those guys really get in depth and into like production values and layering and the performance of the music, way more serious than what we do.
Yeah, we do lighthearted stuff. We do lighthearted stuff. We're here to entertain.
And there's nothing wrong with any. I mean, what makes their show different from this show? We'll talk about Stephen Pearcy getting hit by a car. They'll talk about the fact that Stephen Pearcy's a terrible singer.
By the way, Jay Hannon said that's what we asked when we bought our house.
Which was what?
Jay was smart, because I was saying that, on Stephen Pearcy's documentary, a rockumentary, Nothing to Lose. I was watching it the other day, and Stephen disclosed to the owner of his childhood house, "Hey, my parents both died in your house."
I think you have to.
Yeah, you should, but the owner didn't know. She had no idea. She's like, "Wait, what?" So they didn't disclose it from the previous buyers. But Jay said we asked that when we bought a house. Listen, everybody should fucking ask when you buy a house, did anyone die in there? Did anyone die in there?
I believe nobody has told me, but I believe the woman that lived in this house before I started renting it, and Jesus, it's been 8-9 years now. I believe the woman that lived here before me died in this house. And I'll tell you why, because I used to get, and for the first like 4 or 5 years that I lived in this house, every 6 weeks I would get a delivery of Drake's Ensure, the protein drink, which is
Drake's
what
cakes like devil dogs.
Right. Well, this is Ensure is like it's like a protein drink, like muscle milk, that type of shit. And it's
I used to drink that in Florida.
It's what they prescribe cancer patients. Try and keep their vitamins and nutrients and energy and stuff up. It's something that they can consume that gives them nutrients while they're taking chemo. I was getting this stuff for years, and I would call Nestle. It was Drake, not Drake's, Nestle. I would call Nestle and say, "Hey, this woman doesn't live here anymore." And and 6 weeks later, I'd get another shipment of it. And then I'd call UPS and say, "Hey guys,
never
stop shipping." And literally for the first 5 years that I lived here, I was getting that stuff. So long story unnecessarily longer. They finally stopped like 2 years ago. All right. I stopped getting the Ensure. I'm out in my driveway last weekend talking to my neighbor across the street who happens to be a Kansas City Chiefs fan, and I'm a Raiders fan. And we're just talking about football back and forth. My neighbor pulls in, and he and his wife come out in the driveway, and his wife is wearing a stocking cap.
Was she robbing a bank or something?
No, she's like, "Hey, what do you think of my new hairdo?" I'm like, "Oh, it's very sexy. Looks very good for the summer." She goes, "Yeah, I was just diagnosed with stage 4. I'm like,
okay. That went dark fast.
How about them Raiders? So I now feel bad because I don't have the insured that if I were still getting that, I would bring it over to her house because she just started getting chemo. Right. So the point of the story is I think the woman before me that lived here died of cancer. Hi, Ellie.
Terrible. Yeah, hi, Ellie. Ellie's trying to figure out the zodiac now. Scorpio and Cancer? Yes, that's right, dear. That's right. Erica Foreman making a White Castle run. I'm sure she'll soon be making the same run that Paulie will after that burrito. Thank you for
I gotta be honest with you.
Dreamer in the chat. Thank you.
You guys probably heard me begging Lemmy to get out of the house. I was like, "Come on, Lemmy, come on, baby girl, come on." She made it to the kitchen, and I just saw her head like this, looking out the door, and I was like, "I know what's happening right now." And I walked in, and it was like somebody let a horse in my kitchen.
Nice.
You know what? She's an old dog, and she tried. She did her best. I'm just thankful it's solid.
Nice.
Right,
that's
Mary?
Good. And thank you, Kurt 5150. We appreciate that, brother. Thank you, man.
Thank you,
Did anyone else watch Stephen Piercy's rockumentary the other day?
Here's the thing. I like Steven. I've had him on the show a couple of times. I found out, he's how big into racing he was. He's a very, very nice guy in person, but I'm not really interested in a documentary about him. RATT is one of those bands that's very weird. I love their music, but I don't find the band very interesting. Out off stage, kind of like Motley Crue is way more interesting off stage than they are on stage.
Right.
RATT's the other side of that. RATT is just I don't feel a whole lot of personality in the band. They literally, I never got the feeling like they were one cohesive unit. I thought that they were just five guys who played and wrote decent songs together.
Stephen had a good book out that he wrote.
Yes, that's when I had him on the air. Yeah.
Yeah, I enjoyed the book. That tells a lot of stories you don't hear him say in magazines. It's the stories you want. It's, behind the scenes of, the recording deals and the groupies. Yep. And, I love that shit. I
do
love
too.
That shit. Yeah.
I do too. And again, I'm a huge RATT fan. I love the band, but I don't find them particularly interesting. Their music, when I put it on, I love it. I own all the records, including the ones that nobody cares about.
Me too.
Which is most of them. But the band itself, like I'm not interested in learning more about them for whatever reason. Mm-hmm. And that's not a slam. It's
but you're talking the original lineup too.
Well, I mean, they've only lost one member.
Robin passed away.
Robin passed, but he, by the way, he was the most interesting guy in the band. He was. I mean, Warren,
probably him or Steven.
Yeah, Warren is very quiet. Juan is very quiet. Blotzer is Blotzer. He's a drummer, and Blotzer's Blotzer. Yeah, Blotzer's he's
cares about Bobby Blotzer.
He's a weak Tommy Lee. And I say that in both playing style and in personality. Tommy Lee is an interesting guy. Tommy Lee is fun to talk to. He's fun to hear. His stories are good. He's entertaining. He's interesting, and he's an amazing fucking drummer. He is arguably the most talented musician in Motley Crue, bar none. That's except for singing. Although he's still the best singer in Motley Crue.
Probably.
But he's an interesting guy. Nobody in RATT is very interesting. Steven, yeah, because he's the front man, so he's probably got a lot of good stories. But Robin was the personality of the band. Robin was the guy that everybody kind of.
Yeah, Robin was with Tawny Katane.
Yeah, Robin lived it the way the legends lived it, and obviously died the way the legends die.
Right.
Yeah.
Even his stories in getting guitars are very interesting. He basically, I remember one story from the Jackson Custom Shop is he goes down to pick up or see the progress of some of his guitars being made with Grover Jackson. And Grover,
just for people that don't know, Robin used to have his guitars custom made bigger than your regular size guitar. I'm a big dude. Robin was much bigger than me. So imagine this guitar looks kind of like a toy in front of me. Robin was like 6'5" and 260 in the 80s.
Well,
so
he didn't play Strats usually.
No. I'm just saying. I'm just using this. I'm just using this as a size for, this is your regular size. This is your normal size guitar. Now for me, I'm a big dude. Robin is significantly bigger than me. So he had his guitars custom made with bigger bodies so that they looked like they fit him properly. But Robin Crosby's guitars in your hands would look oversized. It would be like Land of the Giants.
Right. I've played a bunch of Robin's guitars. I have friends that have owned them and still do own them. Robin's thing, Robin was 6'6". I'm barely 6'4". Robin was 6'6", and he was broader than me. He's like, imagine Paulie's broad shoulders on my height.
You're right. Yeah.
Add 2 inches and you have Robin Crosby. He was a big guy.
Yeah, he was a big dude. He was a big dude. He and Blackie Lawless and Chris Holmes were all sort of big dudes.
Chris Holmes is a big guy, but
yeah, Chris Holmes is big like Robin was.
Right. So Robin would have V's made, and rather than a regular Rhodes, what they would do is they would take the longer wing of a Rhodes and double it. And they would call it a double Rhodes or a King V.
King V, yeah.
And it's named because Robin was known as Robin King Crosby. So you would have basically 2 big wings of a Rhodes forming a V, and that was Robin's V. And they were huge. You had Big Red, you had a white one he called Big White. Then he had Firebirds and,
just to address all Dave, all night. Jim Root is 6'8", but he weighs about 160 pounds soaking wet. Jim Root's not a big dude. Jim Root's a tall dude, but Jim Root's not a big dude. Robin was a big dude. He was a wide. Robin was the kind of guy was like an ex-football player who played guitar with long hair. Robin was a big dude. Jim Root's not big. He's skinny. Nice guy, super nice guy. Used to date Christina Scabbia from Lacuna Coil.
And by the way, welcome David Ennis to the Top of the World package. Johnny just fist fucked you. You get a membership card and a patch and a sticker. That's what you got.
I don't have any of those things.
Well, Paul, did you pay $50 to join the Top of the World package? How much? Does that cost, Johnny?
I do this show for free every week for years.
There it is. As do I. Johnny, how much is that Top of the World package?
That is $9.99.
$999. There you go. You got a sticker.
For just $9.99, you can get a sticker.
Yeah.
In the page.
Dave Ennis.
We'll bill you every month now. That's what we're doing.
A huge supporter of the channel.
Yes, David Ennis has been a supporter forever.
And we appreciate that. We really appreciate that.
He tends to go missing, so I think he's in the witness protection program sometimes. David, we don't hear from him for a while, and then we hear from him, and it's always good to hear from David.
I talked to him on the phone some months back, and
he's
we had
a good
great
dude.
Talk.
Yeah,
He's
David
awesome.
is very sweet.
Yep, you're absolutely right. Jesus Repesme, I stand corrected. I did get some pics from the family of Jason Becker. Thank you to the Becker family for that. And I get popcorn. Thank you to Charles Green, executive producer Charles Green, who sends us Colonel's popcorn on occasion. Great guys.
Very, very
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Of course.
Look what I got from Mike says Mary today. Look what I got
Mike
from
Nee says they say Robin was hung like a Shetland pony. He was 6'6".
Yeah, let me tell you something. Even if Robin had a tiny penis related to his size, it's still like a floppy fucking human arm dangling. I mean, come on.
Cobra Kai Platoon, I didn't get a Zim's guitar shirt because Zim doesn't like me. I still don't have it. No, Music Therapy Labs has one. I've bought. I don't know how many.
I have one.
I don't know how many guitars I bought from Zim, and I don't have a. He's like, well, I only have them in XL, and you're a 2X. I'm like, right. So don't make any in 2X because I don't know if you saw the video from Zim's guitars, but most of his customers are a 2X. Some of them look like they're in their third trimester.
Dane's the only one that looks like he's dying of SARS. He's speaking of starving. Can't Try 55 says, for $9.99, you too can help a starving Johnny Beane.
Johnny Beane's the only one in the show that eats
Beane
regularly.
With corn mush and get water to his whole village of chickens.
Mm-hmm. I just had a bowl of soup before we started.
What are you big timing us?
Yeah, I know. Was it stone soup where you go to all your neighbors? Hey, some carrots would really make this stone soup spectacular.
It was
right now, it's just water and a rock.
There's a wish. He's having a wish sandwich.
It was good stuff.
KXM Rock says the Kiss package for $9.99.
By the way, KXM Rock will be happy to know I whipped out all my KXM CDs the other night just for the fun of it because it's been years since I've actually gone back to listen to them. I like them better now than I did when I first bought them. For whatever reason, I think my expectations of a band featuring Ray Luzier, George Lynch, and Doug Pinnick were too high. I wanted them to sound too much like something that I expected. You know what I mean? Like I thought it would sound like King's X with George Lynch on guitar and an amazing fucking drummer. And it doesn't. It sounds like something unto itself. It's way more unique. But Doug is one of my favorite singers of all time. So I whipped out the KXM the other day. And it was great. For those that don't have it, it's tough to find those records. They were on a smaller label. They didn't get a whole lot of distribution, but good band. In case you're wondering, I'm now looking for the Doug Pinnick. I think it's Pinnick. Fuck, I can't remember this. It's three guys. It's not Steve Salas, but it's another guitar player like that.
Lenny Lou and Janice are both bringing up a good point. A lot of our viewers have Zim's guitar shirts from last year's Halloween costume contest.
Yeah, you know what it is Zim's is doing the Johnny Beane thing. That's when he exploits other people for his own commercial gain and then doesn't thank them in any way, shape, or form.
There you go.
That's what happened.
And he wonders why people stab him in the back and start their own shows.
Well, yeah.
Well.
I'm done helping people out.
Well,
I'm
again,
not helping anyone.
I'm gonna stop you guys right here. I specifically asked, seriously.
Oh no,
more,
I'm not.
No more.
I'm not talking about those people. I'm talking about a completely different
For future people.
for future people who
Let's
are looking
show up.
for help.
Future people. All right.
Looking for help from Johnny Beane.
No.
He's not doing it anymore.
No, I can
Okay.
tell. I can you know, there's a certain screening process I have now.
All right, because like I said, I want
no,
more
I'm not.
I want no
I have
more
no
bullshit
time. I don't
from-
give a shit about any of that stuff, to be honest with you. I don't have time for it. I don't care. I don't care.
Yeah, because I don't want anyone bad mouthing anyone else's shows, ours or theirs. I really don't. So
If we're gonna badmouth anything, let's badmouth each other right here, right now, instead of the backstabbing. Do it right here up front.
I don't like you. Fuck your guitar moi. Okay. Paul, your turn. Or Johnny, you want to go?
Dane,
He's not even here. What?
I've been wanting to
It's just
tell
the
you.
three of us.
That's the behind the back.
No, you
shit.
can
We're
slam
doing-
Dane. You can slam
All right,
Dane.
let's do
Go
it.
ahead.
All right, cool.
All right. Go ahead, Johnny. I'm sorry to interrupt.
Dane, dude, we really wanted to go on that field trip, man.
That's the best.
Boy,
you
that was
got?
brutal. That was brutal.
Wow. How will
It's a
he
little
live
much,
that
John.
one
Don't
down?
you
The
think- don't you
shame.
think you
Oh,
went-
the shame.
Don't you think you've gone a little far there? I mean, we
You
were
really did
joking. and then
cross
you
that
made
line,
it, took
Johnny
it personal,
Beane.
is what you did. It got dark, is what happened there.
Wow. Wow.
No,
Yeah.
Dane's awesome. Dane's
Talk
awesome.
about his mama. Wow. Mm.
Chickens are a Nancy boy pet.
Ooh, he talk about your mama.
How many chickens do you have, John?
1, 2, 3, 4, 6.
6 chickens. How much is a chicken? Like to buy a chicken if you wanted to keep a chicken as a pet.
A live chicken, I should say.
A lot of people give them away, so you can get them for free.
Wow.
If you get them as chicks, I think depends on where you go.
Is there like I don't know anything about chicken keeping, and I find that one of the more interesting facets of your world, that you have multiple chickens. I don't know anything about keeping chickens.
Yeah, me neither.
I find that to be very interesting.
Never
Never chick.
This is actually a good segue. You guys have no idea. You're actually helping me here.
Are we?
Tomorrow.
If you have a card about chickens, Johnny, I swear.
No, I don't. I don't.
Okay.
Tomorrow,
Johnny will be playing with cocks.
Wednesday, I will be live on Instagram, EVH Gear Live Instagram, talking to Brad Talinski and Chris Gill about their new book, Eruption, Conversations with Eddie Van Halen.
What the fuck does that have to do with chickens?
Chris Gill and I were talking today. Chris used to have chickens as well.
Ah,
yeah.
There it is.
Wow, there's the
I should have waited.
transition.
Yeah,
so we'll probably talk about some of that tomorrow.
Yeah,
All
this is the book we should be promoting, Johnny. There's the new book. Never a chick.
Never cook.
Never cook.
I literally I don't know any.
Papa Blue
I'm
says
like-
he's got 10 chickens. Is that true, Papa Blue? You raise chickens too, like Johnny? I thought you had a life.
See, that's a thing. That's a thing. Like for those people may not know this. Steve Vai is a massive beekeeper.
I didn't know that.
He keeps bees. Yeah.
The person who
did
lived
not
here
know
before us was a beekeeper. We when we
Yeah.
moved in here, there was huge beehives out
Yeah.
in the yard there. And I
Sure.
guarantee you, a lot of our audience probably has chickens and goats. And
I don't know that you can guarantee that, but
What do you think? We're
In the
is this
chat.
Beverly Hillbillies?
in the chat, how many of you guys actually have like chickens and
Livestock. How many of our
Livestock.
audience has livestock?
I would think a lot of them would.
it's
I'm
one
curious.
thing. Like
I'm curious.
I'm aware, like dogs, cats. My next door neighbor,
yeah.
the same one with the woman that has cancer. They have lizards, like decent sized lizards, like monitors.
But
Not
those are
like-
pets.
not
Those
li-
are
not-
still pets.
Yeah, but not like little geckos for the shoulders and stuff. These things are 2-3 feet long, that you have to like hose down in the middle of the night. I go out there, it's like a fucking Godzilla movie.
Renus.
Yeah.
Renus says my wife is a goat.
Do you like fucking goats? Nah.
Get your bite says there was a documentary on PBS about Steve Vai and his beekeeping hobby.
Yeah, Steve is also, I think, a vegan,
not know.
so he's a weird guy.
Kai Matthews has a pig.
Oh, cool. Like one of those Vietnamese potbelly pigs, like one of the little ones.
Hellstorm has about 10 midgets in the basement. That's funny. Mark
that's
Dillon's
good.
brother has chickens. R2R3 Locking Nut has a huge cock. Jeff T's family has a horse. That's very cool.
Horses are very expensive.
Lenny Lou says Mary shot all of our chickens.
No.
Mary's like grandma from the Beverly Hillbillies. You know, she's got the rifle out always in the rocking chair and, you know, looking at the neighbors with the side eye. Wouldn't it be funny, Paulie, if Johnny was really like a huge cocaine smuggler and like he just kind of glued together the eggshells?
Wait a minute.
Yes, that would be funny.
That would be funny.
Goes
into another segue.
Really
I actually am on Twitch on Grand Theft Auto.
So no, we said cocaine, not meth.
There's a town
I do.
know where the
Robots
hipsters
Mouths
go
with and I.
called
We
Bedrock.
actually smuggled. We actually
Twitch.
smuggled garbage trucks full of the stuff last night.
Garbage trucks
10
full of
p.m.
what?
Pacific. Of well, I think it was cash,
Cocaine.
actually.
Or, oh, well, close.
Right, Robot? And then somebody got us at the end.
Black
Oh, you guys-
Salami
you guys
says
were
he has a
playing.
massive hog.
People get you, yeah.
Mhm. Yeah, that's what I kind of want to get into that so that I can just show up and just assassinate Johnny randomly. Just come
That's
out of
what
the
we're
woods,
saying.
boom, and just kill him and then leave.
It would be awesome to get you guys involved with the online GTA life because
I don't-
it's
Yeah,
I
I
don't
have
have-
a life. I have.
Yeah,
a
I
life.
don't. I don't, but I'm still not. I don't know that I'm computer savvy enough to do it.
I didn't say
But I
I
will-
have a good life, Paulie. I just have.
Do I
a
have to
life.
download software, or can I just do this in a portal?
if you have a PC.
Yes.
If you have
What
a good
do you
enough-
think?
if you have a-
what do you think this is that we're on right here?
I don't know.
Yeah.
If
Yeah,
you have a
so-
good enough PC though, and you download Steam, get GTA, and then look me up. That's
you
it.
may. Are you just Johnny Bean?
Just Johnny Bean, as his name goes.
Be careful.
Janice is into gerbils. She says Janice has multiple gerbils.
I may show up when you least expect it, and you're gonna be like, "Who the hell is
That'd be
killing me
awesome.
randomly?"
Yeah, who's killing my character?
I may do that just for the. I'm not going to tell you when.
That'd be awesome.
It's like when I owe you a noogie. It's not the noogie that you're worried about. It's the anticipation of the noogie.
Where is he?
So
Where
I will.
purple nurple. Ah!
I will consider doing that, John. I don't have any gaming joysticks, so can I do all my movement and shooting and stuff using a keyboard?
That's what I do.
All
Keyboard and
right.
mouse.
There you go.
Majestic PB&J Cat actually watches us live over there, so he knows, and he says
there
it'd be
you go.
awesome.
So is it steam.com? Is that's where I go?
Mm-hmm. Go to Steam, download it.
Sperm.com. Got it.
Robot, we're getting another one.
Neander Paul has joined the game. Johnny Bean's character deceased.
It's not steam.com because it says contact sales.
That's a bathhouse channel. What the hell's going on?
Yeah, no,
there?
that's like going to Lemon Party. Don't go to Lemon Party. Just so you know.
Store.
Oh, Steam powered. Is it free or do I have to buy this? I gotta buy this?
It's $30.
You motherfuckers.
So that's 3 people joining the deluxe package. That's what your money's paying for, is Johnny to be on Twitch.
Somebody change the lights and let's get him GTA. 30
All right.
bucks.
There are only 17 million people online and only 4 million of them playing right now.
Michael Galindo wants to have a drink with me. I'll do social stuff, bro, but I don't drink. I don't do drinks. My drink's a chocolate milk.
Well, he didn't say alcohol.
Yeah. Well, he said I'll have a drink. Yeah, I'll have a drink with you, bro. Sure. I love meeting fans of the show. Our audience is awesome.
I'm installing Steam right now.
I think that burrito's
Nice.
installing Steam right now.
It's funny because I've got both this computer and I might do it
he's
on my
lagging.
laptop. Am I lagging now?
You're starting to. It's okay though. It's okay. I want to see Paul in GTA tonight.
What time?
I go live at 10,
Ugh.
and
I
we
go
go
to bed.
roughly from 10 to 12.
Yeah, I go to bed.
I know that's too late for you, but at sometime.
Yeah.
So if you're serious and if you're seriously getting it and everything,
I'm downloading it right now.
we can meet up in there just whenever you want.
Kai Matthews, I don't smoke either. I don't do drugs. I don't smoke. I don't drink.
There's really no excuse for him.
The only vices I have are basically girls and food. That's really my only vices. But I don't drink, smoke, do drugs. I mean, I never really needed it to be crazy. So,
So my question is to Johnny, there's no video camera angle to this thing. We're all live in the environment, and then anything we say over the headphones, it comes out in the game.
Yes, I'm the only one that's on camera because it's my Twitch account. And then I have a Discord server open, and we talk within a Discord voice chat. So the only way people would see your character is if we're together in the game, like if I'm chasing you or whatever. But they would hear you. They would hear your voice because we talk through the Discord.
All right.
Yeah, seeing me on drugs would probably be like seeing me after like 50 Bang energy drinks, just like shaking to death, probably. Yeah. No, seriously, I never drank or did drugs because I used to bartend, and I never had a problem like having the balls to go to girls, so I never needed like liquid courage or something. And I never really got into drugs. I put my money into guitars and comic books and dating, and that's pretty much it. And I bought my house. Yeah, that's another thing. Wait a minute. False Flag says I could pick up hookers in GTA. I'm in.
That's true.
I'm in.
That's true. You can.
But that's all I'll be doing.
We were talking about that last night. We were actually saying if Mancuda jumped in, that's all he would be doing.
You'd be like, all right, come on. We need to get away with these cars. Where the fuck is Mancuda? Oh, God, he's getting a blowy in the car again.
He's in that parked car around back.
Supposed to be our getaway driver.
It is true. It is. It's like real. Well, I was gonna say it's like real life.
Hey, listen, I have 10 crispy stripper bucks to spend right now.
Wow,
that's great. And that's another thing. I never had kids. I don't have any kids. So Paulie and I both don't have kids.
Nope, for obvious reasons.
Paulie has 2 dogs, but we like being the kids.
Mm-hmm.
Steve Barton, I actually met a girl I dated for 5 years at a comic book store. That is true. No shit. There you go. Yeah. No, look, it's cool to be sober. Whatever you do, you do. I don't judge anybody. All my friends do all sorts of shit. Some of them are, recovering addicts. Some of them are sober. Some of them are deep in piles of cocaine right now. But I'm just saying, whatever you do. For me, I've never gotten into drinking or drugs. That's never been my thing.
I can't say that.
That's fair.
I can tell you,
I like boobies.
I can tell you that it got old quick. You get to a certain point where, Eddie Van Halen used to say you have one bottle and how fast you choose to drink it. I'm not done with my bottle, as it has been evidenced on this show in the past. But I don't do it like I used to. I just, on occasion, I'll have a couple pops and get loaded, and then I don't do it for years. It's been years since I was on this show that last time that I was drunk. And then remember the night we sat down and I drank 13 beers during the show. Wasn't drunk that night. My mom was an alcoholic, so I have a hollow leg.
There you go.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, no, I've never been drunk. I was a bartender. People would buy me like a shot or something, but it would be like peach schnapps or something.
How the fuck does somebody have Neanderthal on Steam? You rotten squatting pricks.
Oh, no way.
You have to be Neanderthal too.
No, I'm not.
Wow.
That's what it says. It says Neanderthal 2, Neanderthal 3, Neanderthal 4. No.
Wow.
That's not happening.
Are they all radio guys?
No, I don't know who the fuck they are. It's
But
probably
maybe you signed up when you were drunk.
Huh?
Maybe you signed up once when you were drunk.
Maybe I did. No, it's probably this guy out of. There's a guy out of Roanoke, Virginia, who is a looping artist, who does like like these weird songs and stuff like that. He looks like Anton LaVey in overalls. Nice guy, but he's the other guy that uses Neanderthal a lot. He and I have sort of an understanding, except for the fact that he showed up again. I never thought I would ever show up on a friggin' video game thing.
Fred Deville Midnight says he's going to have to be the real Neanderthal, or Neanderthal.
It's actually I am Neanderthal.
Wow,
that's what I'm going to sign up under, is I am Neanderthal.
I am Neanderthal. Okay.
Jay Hannon says the more I play games, the less time I have to play guitar. That's a good point.
Yep, that's the other thing. I was just saying to the guys in the Saturday night chat, that I don't, that I'm easily distracted. I could be a good guitar player if I put my mind to it. But I tend to get distracted by really bad habits. And this is one of those immediate habits where I'm doing exactly that.
I like to think I'm already a really good guitar player. So now I play the games.
Yeah, you like to think so, but
Robot Master Switch. Okay, he's saying GTA is actually online for $14.50 right now. It's on sale.
Nice.
Yeah, but
Perfect time.
But I have to do it through Steam, right?
Robot Master Switch.
I can John BL.
John BL refuses to join.
So I don't have to use Steam. I can do this. I can just get GTA online, Robot Master Switch, and do it that way.
You have to go through Steam. Robot, how does it work? Actually, Robot. Here, this is something we actually talked about. Robot, jump on Discord.
Not that cord. Discord.
Oh boy.
Discord. Yeah, this is something we actually talked about. This is something we should actually.
By the way, if you have an itchy video game finger, please hit the thumbs up like button right now.
That's like a game.
All right. So what friend should I look for?
Yeah.
Look for me. Just put Johnny Beane. You'll see my avatar. Thank you to Cobra Kai.
Cobra Kai rules.
No results found for Johnny Beane.
Never result.
Search across all of Steam.
Robot, jump in the Discord.
I don't see Johnny.
Really?
Nobody sees Johnny. Have a good night, Captain. Much love to you. Leave a thumbs up before you go. If you haven't left a thumbs up, there's 125 people in the chat. Leave a thumbs up. Just take a second. Give us that, because why not? It's free.
I say
smash the damn thing. Motherfucking, my mother never loved me. My father beat me. Son of a bitch. IRS, fuck you, Afghanistan. fucking. Yeah.
There are a lot of Johnny Beans.
With my spelling? Or just BEAN?
There's just it's individuals. Shows 1 through 20 of 32. Let's look and see. Oh, there you are.
32 Johnny Bean.
You see my avatar? Okay.
It says I don't meet the requirements to use this feature.
Oh, you have to join Johnny Bean's club. You have to change the color of his lights. Hold on.
Robot, are you here? Jump into the Discord.
Yeah, help fix this nightmare.
This is so stupid.
Chili beans, there's jelly beans, there's baked beans, there's Bush's beans, Heinz beans, jumping beans, and then there's Johnny Bean.
Yeah.
Oh, Janice, congratulations, by the way, on that Glary you took home from the great Zim's Guitars giveaway last week. Congratulations to Janice.
Janice, is it okay if I show the photos?
I'd like to see that. And Lenny, Lou, and Mary, did you get yours? There's one sent to Mary as well. Nice guitar. And there was another one that Dane sent out. Who was the third one Dane sent out?
Who was it?
Who got the third guitar in last week's Zim's Guitar giveaway?
Fret Level Midnight?
Was it Fret Level?
He's saying he got his Saturday.
Yes. Fret Level says he already fixed it up. Nice. Lenny Lou has not got hers, but Fret Level and Janice already got theirs. So Mary's still waiting on hers, pantyless. She's waiting for the mailman pantyless. She's gonna wheel to the mailman and say, "Do you have something for me? Because I have something for you. Special delivery." Let's see. So this is what? This is Janice's?
This is Janice.
Okay.
I can show these, right, Janice? I mean, they're marked as public.
Are they nudes? What's the hide? There we go. Nice. With all the graffiti. Very cool. Signed by proxy by all of us.
Yeah. Yeah, right there.
Yeah. Everyone. Signed by everyone. Me, Blue Rhino, Johnny, Paulie. By proxy. So we were there in spirit going through their marker.
Steve Carmichael.
Steve Carmichael. Yeah. Nice.
McKnight.
Ace signed it. Look, see? Oh, Sad Ace signed it.
I didn't sign it. I wasn't
You might
there.
have signed it.
I might have signed it.
None of us were there. None of us.
Yeah, somebody might have signed it.
This was signed by proxy. All of these were signed by proxy. Cat Drive 55 says it has a massive street value of $15.
All those signatures are worthless.
Yeah, they really are. I like how it says John Mancuda and my penis.
And Blue Rhino.
And Blue Rhino. None of those are authentic signatures. Well, I think Dane's is. Dane's is authentic. Sad Ace is authentic.
McKnight, Phil McKnight.
Phil McKnight's is authentic. Steve Carmichael's is not. If you try to throw it on eBay as a Steve Carmichael guitar, you will get flagged.
You'll get false flagged.
There you go.
Johnny Beane and Ned.
There you go. Yeah, it was a very public forgery. They were signing it on the air, but it sure looks good. There you go. Is that supposed to be Roxy there in the top corner? I think that's supposed to be Roxy, right?
I don't know. Who signed that?
Top right corner.
Who signed most of that? I think it was
that Laz? Was that Laz?
Music Therapy Laz, yeah.
I think that was Roxy that he drew on there. You see the top right corner? That's a little parakeet. I think that's Roxy.
Oh, then that's Laz then. Okay.
That's what I'm thinking.
Okay.
I believe.
And Ned? Ned, you signed your name? Come here. Your name is on there too?
Wait. Damn it.
Come here.
Yeah, Jay, you and I are apparently shit. I didn't sign it. You didn't sign it. Hi, Ellie.
Yeah. There you go. Johnny finally got some pussy. There it is. There's Ned. Look how happy Ned is.
He's a cat. You can't tell.
He's awesome.
Cats are awesome.
He looks happy. Fret Level Midnight says, I used to grow the Candyland Fenno of Jilly Beans for years. And no, Glarias apparently don't have a serial number.
Well, the one that Dane got two of them in the past couple of weeks, and one of them was damaged. So he called Glary and had them send another one, and they sent it without a logo on the headstock, with no serial number. Like it looked like the quality control on the Glary was just it was questionable at best.
It's still better than Kiesel though, which is kind of funny.
Yes, good point.
Listen, if you're shopping for a Kiesel and you're willing to take a little bit less of a brand name, the same quality as a Kiesel, Glary offers for $80. So there you go.
Jay, be thankful you didn't sign it because it's just going to go on eBay and they're going to make millions off it. And you're not going to see a dime because it's
Wouldn't that be
Johnny's
funny?
show.
Jay Hannon of Gizmochi, signed, owned, played live.
Hey, I own a Jay Hannon guitar.
No, I'm saying it's Jay's Glary.
Of course, there are a lot
on the eBay listing.
Of course, there are a lot of guitar stores that own Jay Hannon. Jay Hannon previously owned guitars.
That's true. Thank you, David Ennis. Yeah, that's true.
Thank you, man.
That's true.
Hi, buddy.
By the way,
Wow.
who thinks New Year's Eve in Vegas is going to be like the most fun time ever? That David Lee Roth is now announced that he's having a New Year's Eve show the same night that Kiss is in Vegas having a New Year's Eve show.
Gee, I don't know. I don't know how much animosity is going on there. Dave's like, what night? What night am I scheduled? What night are they going to be in town?
And they're wouldn't that be funny if they're across the street from each other?
Yeah.
It'll be funny. It'll be like one marquee says Kiss without Dave without Kiss.
You know, what's interesting, we haven't really got into this because we'll do music news. I imagine you're doing that a little bit later, but I want to point this out. I posted this on social media during the week. If you check some of Ace Frehley, who's out on tour right now with Alice Cooper, his set list consists 100%, 80% of Kiss material, and then 3 covers from like the Origin records. Like he's not doing any material like Rock Soldiers or Into the Night or Trouble Walking.
None
it's
of the
Kiss song,
Frehley's Comet stuff.
It's nothing from Frehley's Comet. It's Kiss, 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 Zeppelin, Deep Purple, maybe Alvin Lee, Kiss, 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 Kiss. About a year and a half ago, he fired his solo band and hired Gene Simmons' backup band, solo band. He's been going out on the road on this tour with Alice Cooper doing nothing but Kiss songs, A, B, C. He will be joining Kiss at some point on this tour. It's just a matter of when the dates work out for him. I was shocked at how many people didn't see this happening. The last time this happened was when Ace and Peter went out on tour together in the early 90s. Remember they did the Bad Boys of Rock tour?
Sure,
where it was Ace Frehley and Peter Criss. Peter would open for Ace, and then they would get together and jam a couple of Kiss songs at the end of the night. Same thing happening right now. Why do you think Ace Frehley is on stage with Gene Simmons' backing band? Because he's an employee of Gene already. Gene's been paying him the whole time to get in shape. They've made records together. They've written songs together. He will be back in when Kiss needs to get that pay-per-view. Because make no mistake about it, I'm guessing their final show ever will be a pay-per-view where Bruce Kulick has also said, hey, I'm going to have a conversation with Doc McGee because we've already talked about me showing up for the last show ever. And they don't know. He said, I don't want to push Vinnie Vincent on them, but you never know.
I was going to bring that up.
Yeah, Paul said, hey, I'm going to do, I have no problem with everybody who's ever been in Kiss showing up for the big final last hurrah. That's going to happen. Make no mistake about it. Ace Frehley is in training right now to get his shit together to play with Kiss for the last couple of dates of their tour.
As long as we don't have to pay them, I think it's a great idea.
Well, that's why they're not
the fans.
That's why they're not paying. That's why they're not paying David Lee Roth, because ticket sales are not what they expect them to be. The other night they played here in town. The place was packed, but that's because they reduced ticket prices to like $10, $25. And that's okay. I mean, I don't have a problem with that. I don't give a shit what Kiss charges for the shows. It's for the fans at a nominal fee.
They want to pay a nominal fee,
but it's still a great show. I mean, they still put on the best show in music.
Oh yeah.
But Ace Frehley will be jumping on stage with Kiss at some point. I just looking
speculation.
Yeah, it's going to happen. We know it's going to happen.
I mean, here's the thing, though. That Ace has said very clearly he's not doing it without a big payday.
Yeah, he needs to be paid.
The question is, will they pay for that final show?
Gibson,
I think you're right, though.
Gibson will pay Ace. Gibson will pay Ace to sell their last Gibson Ace Frehley. Don't make Kiss doesn't care where the money comes from. Ace doesn't care where the money comes from. He just wants to be paid.
Absolutely.
So you can bet your ass. You can bet your ass if there's a chance for Ace Frehley to play the Gibson Ace Frehley guitar on stage at the last Kiss show, Gibson will underwrite whatever Ace is asking for. I don't think Doc McGee doesn't know this. Gibson will pay to have Ace Frehley on stage because they'll make that money back selling 1,000 or more Ace Frehley signature models for 10, 12, 15 grand a pop.
It would be really smart, I'll tell you that. And make no mistake, if they did it as a pay-per-view, that would be a very, very smart business move. And the DVD edition and the whole 9 yards. I mean, we're closing in. I've talked about this on the show before. We're closing in on Kiss's 50th anniversary.
Yep.
So
it's going to happen.
You know,
they're going to stretch. Remember, they're touring into 2022. So why not New Year's 2023? 50 years of Kiss. What was the anniversary? What was Kiss's first show in 1973? What's the date of that?
I don't know.
Somebody will be able to look that
up. But I know Madison Square Garden is their last show in the end of the road tour. And that's their big venue. They haven't worked out the date yet. They just know the venue. Right.
So wouldn't there be some sort of poetic justice and final stamp? And if I'm Gene Simmons and Doc McGee and Paul Stanley, I'm sitting down and working this out right now. Like I'm giving this idea to Gene for free, a nominal fee. I'm giving this idea because that's how I would do it if it were my band.
Hellstone says January 30th, 1973.
Perfect. So January 30th, 2023, the 50th anniversary of the final Kiss of the first Kiss show ever is the final. I'm not saying it's going to happen, but if I were doing it, all right, if I were doing it, I would do January 30th, 1973, Madison Square Garden, pay-per-view, everyone from Kiss on stage one final time, big fucking to-do, and then they make a DVD of it. They sell VIP packages of it. They have viewing parties at movie theaters like they did with the Metallica thing. They
Think
do
about
a closed
this, Paul.
circuit.
Just the logo for Kiss 50 will be branded on everything, including guitars. Limited edition 50th anniversary guitars, a Les Paul, whatever.
An Iceman
cuts with Ibanez,
an Iceman. Yeah.
Absolutely.
No, this is
brilliant.
They will all be well compensated for this show. It's going to happen. It's just Ace is just going to say, this is how many zeros I want at the end of the check. And Gibson will write it because they'll get him on, and Marshall amplifiers will write it because they're going to get.
Is Ace using Marshalls right now?
Yes.
Okay.
That's what he loves. He loves Marshalls.
Ace
is
what's Paul using?
I don't know. I don't know. But I know that Ace uses Marshalls.
It's the best one I've ever played.
Yeah, whatever one they're writing the check. Yeah, whatever the one is that they're writing the check for is the one I love. But
I've tried all the rest. This is the one I love. This is the best one I've ever played.
What's interesting is I remember, and I think we all remember, if we're a certain age, looking at the back of a Kiss album, and on the bottom it said Kiss uses Gibson guitars and Pearl drums because they only want the very best. I remember that was the first endorsement I ever read.
Yeah.
It was the first endorsement I ever read. And I don't
every guitar Paul has ever played always starts with BC Rich, it's the best I ever played. Ibanez, best I ever played. Washburn, this is the best I've ever played. Finally, I played the rest, the best. Daisy Rock, finally, this is the one.
Yeah, yeah, Keith, that lightning bolt guitar, that Washburn AF40 was a piece of shit, and Ace realized it pretty quick. He got rid of those pretty quick. That's a very rare guitar to buy. If you can find one, I wouldn't buy it. They're garbage. It's not even worth as a wall hanger. I have, and somebody asked early on in the show if we had any Ace Frehley guitars. I have all of them except for the 59 reissue. And the Ace and the Washburn. I don't own the Washburn, but I've got the Signature, the Budokan, and then I've even got the Greco EG800 Ace Frehley from the 1970s. Fret Level Midnight. Why do you give Paul a lisp? Because he can't do a Southern accent.
I kind of just do.
Because he can't give him a Southern accent.
My Paul Stanley has a little bit of a lisp.
I tell y'all, I'm a very Jewish man from Queens, New York, but for some reason, I decided to have a Southern accent.
Now he sounds like Dumb Donald from Fat Albert and the Cosby Kid.
A little bit, yes.
Hey,
fell over. Did you hear? Rudy fell into the manhole.
We get him out of there.
Yeah. But yeah, that's that. So just in case you haven't seen it, and Ace is apparently crushing it live right now. Which, you know, I've never seen Ace Frehley. I've never seen Ace Frehley bad. I've seen him solo a bunch of times. I've never seen him do a bad show. I've seen him sloppy during Kiss shows in the 70s because he was really fucked up. But he plays fucked up. So like if you're really drunk or high on drugs, you can play just like Ace Frehley. It's that sloppy.
Yeah. No,
James Gum, I haven't shown the Ace Greco on the show, but John is doing guitar show and tell.
You could show it too, Paulie.
All right, I'll grab it. You'll like it.
Why not?
I'll do it quickly.
You know what the thing is right now, you know, Bruce Kulick has always been the quintessential Kiss gentleman, the consummate team player. When they basically did not bring Bruce along and they got back into the makeup and they invited Tommy Thayer rather than Bruce to be the guitarist, Bruce was always a gentleman. Bruce was always very, very humble about it. Very, you know, team player. Hey, you know, I'm not with Kiss anymore, but God bless him. I love him. Thanks for the opportunity. Thanks for all the years. And Bruce is one of their greatest, longest playing guitarists. And, you know, that the idea that Bruce basically has said recently in the news, you know, hey, I'm on board for this reunion. I don't know if they want Vinny on, but I'm on board. And, you know, all this behind the scenes with Ace, and Peter hasn't spoken up, but they're obviously trying to get the gang together of everyone who's there. I would assume, and call this, even though they hate him, even though they don't like him, I would safely assume that someone has reached out to Vinnie Vincent just to basically say, hey, you know, you're not doing anything busy right now. Would you like to one last, you know, Yahoo with Kiss? Because here's your shot. I would be surprised if they haven't approached Vinnie Vincent as well, especially since Vinny came out of hiding and, you know, even though he didn't do much, even though he didn't do his solo shows or anything, even though all he's done is these little holiday and birthday specials, I would be very surprised if they have not approached, at least with a discussion, Vinnie Vincent and Peter Criss.
Oh, sure they have. I mean, Peter Criss won't play drums though. He'll come out and sing because he'll
sing Beth. He'll sing Beth.
Yeah, he'll sing Beth. Yeah, and he might sit at a microphone while Eric plays drums and do maybe Hooligan or you know, Hard Luck Woman or something like that.
Maybe he'll do like one or two songs. I wouldn't be surprised to see him drumming. I'd be surprised to not see him drumming.
It's important when having a fake Gibson guitar from the 1970s. This is literally a 1979. So it's a 42-year-old guitar. It's important to have a fake Gibson case. This is basically just a fake Les Paul case that somebody put the Gibson stencil on, which I thought was funny.
It's a Gibson. That's a
Gibson.
UN.
It is actually.
Look at the logo. Look at it's a U, Paul.
It's a U. Yeah, it's a U. It's Gibson.
Gibson.
Which I think is funny.
Renus wants to know, did anyone try the potato salad at the Vinnie Vincent birthday bash? No, it looked extra creamy, so I didn't want to give that a shot. Yeah.
So here is
Gibson.
Arguably the best Gibson copy, Les Paul copy you'll ever see. This is a 1979 Greco.
Oh, nice.
This is when they talk about a lawsuit Gibson. This is a lawsuit Les Paul. I mean, the Greco logo is the Gibson logo in mother of pearl
with the G.
This is better looking than any Chibson you'll ever. This is a very, very cool vintage guitar. This is more accurate than the Gibson Budokan guitars that they made in 2013. Absolutely more accurate. It is a pancake body like the old Norlands. It's
up to,
painted
up
properly.
to 78, up to 78.
Yeah, up to 78. This is based on a 1974 Gibson Les Paul Custom. Now, people don't realize Ace Frehley put the third pickup in it because Gibson didn't make a Cherry Burst Les Paul Custom with 3 pickups in it. Ace Frehley actually had the middle pickup installed. And the only Les Paul you can get in Cherry Sunburst with 3 pickups contractually is an Ace Frehley model. So Greco in the 1970s, when Kiss played Japan, it went nuts. So you had, I don't even know what that says on the headstock. Oh, custom.
But that middle pickup wasn't a real pickup for Ace. That was the smoke bomb compartment.
Yeah, the smoke bomb. Well, actually, the smoke bomb might have been in the neck, depending on because these are the only 2 pickups that he had working on his other guitars. I think the smoke bomb's in the neck.
Okay.
But is the Gibsons are not pancakes. The Budicons are not pancakes, and neither are the signatures. This is a pancake. This is accurate with the paint and the cream, and the neck is exactly the same as the 74. And
are those DiMarzio pickups or are those knockoffs?
They're called Maxon 2000s. Maxon, they're XON, and they're actually very, very desirable vintage Japanese pickups now. These 2 are Maxon 2000s. It came with 3, but the other owner, the original owner, who I guess got it 40-something years ago, replaced this Maxon with a Bill Lawrence L350. I could be. I don't remember.
What is that? What does that one weigh? About
13, 14 pounds.
So it's like a real Norlin. It's heavy.
It's a real Norlin. No, here's the thing. Greco made 2 of these. Greco made the EG 600. This is an EG 800. You can see on that. There's a sticker that says EG 800 on the back of it. They made the EG 600, which is similar looking, but the body is hollowed out, not routed out, but basically hollowed out. It's a composite like plywood guitar with a solid top. And then it's hollowed out. So all the guts are in here. And it can, you can work inside, and basically they just cut out the whole middle. And the top it's a semi-hollow for the most part. That's the 600, and it was a cheap guitar.
Yeah,
cheaper.
A lot of the imports are like that.
Larry Riker says that guitar is the same weight as that burrito sitting in your stomach.
Yeah. But it's the same binding. They bind the back of it as well.
That burrito won't bind you though.
No, it will not. But pancake guitar, all the painting and the neck and everything. This is literally every bit the Gibson Les Paul in the 70s that a Norlin Gibson Les Paul was in the 70s, except it's made by Greco, which is Fujigen, which is my favorite Japanese guitar manufacturers. Fujigen makes Ibanez, makes the Ibanez Gems, makes the FGN guitars, made the Orvals for Gibson.
Oh, I love those.
They did such a good job with these guitars that Gibson said, "Hey, we want you to make our guitars for the Japanese market." I mean, let's look at that headstock. It is spec-wise identical to a Norlin Gibson Les Paul.
Hold on. I got to straighten some out. Fret Level Midnight says, "You fuckers barely play guitar and have the nicest guitars. I hate you." No, Paulie and I do play guitar a lot. We just don't play well. Yeah. Just because we suck doesn't mean we don't play guitar. We just good at it. Johnny's good at it.
And again, I mean, it sounds great acoustic.
Yeah, it's nice and bright.
Yeah, it's solid. This is a fantastic guitar, and it's 42 years old. I love this guitar. I'm so thankful that I found it. It is every bit as valuable to me as any Gibson I've ever owned. It's actually cooler than any Gibson I've ever owned because it's literally as good as, if not better, because remember, the Norlins were hit and miss. Fujigen doesn't make bad guitars. This is a fantastic guitar, and I'm really, really stoked that I found one. I think the fingerboard is rosewood and not ebony. That's the only difference, I think. But other than that, man, I mean, it's got the mother of pearl inlays, the mother of pearl. Look at the inlay on that diamond and the logo. I mean, it's real mother of pearl. It's not the synthetic shit that they put in there now. So fantastic It's a fantastic. And by the way, everybody's like, you guys are you rich guys. This was a $1,200 guitar.
There you
I
go.
mean, it's not. I don't think it's $1,200 now. I don't think you can find one for $1,200 now. But this is a $1,200 guitar. I had to have it shipped from Japan, which was scary. I mean, you're talking about it's still a Gibson, and it was shipped in it was shipped in a gig bag.
That headstock is like a cherry, just pop.
Yeah. The neck is. I mean, there's no cracks in that neck. This thing is minty, and it's got the original tuners in it. The tuners are Greco tuners, but they look like Grovers, but they're branded Greco on them. So I'm Greco Deluxe, which is, again, the whole guitar with the exception of the bridge pickup is original and in mint condition. I love this friggin' guitar. Your Tokai is not nicer, Hand 66 Solo.
Oh,
it's not.
Damn, look at it. Smashing the man.
It's not nicer.
You might think it's nice to everybody earlier.
You might think it's nicer. It's not nicer. It's not.
Wow.
It's just not nicer. It might be equal, but it's not nicer. This is a fucking premium guitar, as good as they come.
Vanna
no marks on it.
Roasted.
It's a beautiful guitar. And I would put Fujigen in the 70s up against Tokai every time. Fujigen makes great guitars.
Both are good guitars. Tokai's
yes, they're both. Tokai's are great too. There are two great guitar manufacturers. Well, three really, but two from the 70s that are worth buying.
Both are better than Kiesel. We have to admit.
Actually, if I can be honest, both were better than Gibson in the 70s.
Oh,
Tokai and Greco and Edwards were making better guitars at this point in the late 70s than Gibson was, which is why they're so desirable. It's why people want them.
It's why people hoard them.
Yeah, this is, and again,
Paulie's got 70 of them.
there are two models of this, and they're not officially Ace Frehley guitars because they can't call them that. But right. The EG 600 and the EG 800, you want the 800. The 800 is the better quality guitar. 600 is cool, but it's not solid body, and the pickups aren't as good. They're max on 1000s in it instead of 2000s. But just as good. And again, as you know, I'm a huge Les Paul guy. As good a guitar as can be made is this one, and it's historically accurate, unlike the Gibsons of the same era. The Gibson Budokan guitar doesn't look anything like this. It doesn't have the different painted neck, doesn't have the volute, it's not a pancake body, the back is not bound. Gibson made all kinds of mistakes in those 2013 Ace Frehley Budokans. They're nowhere near accurate. They're still cool guitars, but don't call it an Ace Frehley Budokan because it's not.
Damn.
Well, Taylor 315 says, what about Orville Les Paul? This is an Orville. This is this Greco were sued by Gibson for making exact replicas of the Gibson Les Paul. And so what happened was they came to an agreement that Gibson they didn't want to sell Les Pauls in Japan under the Gibson name because Gibson is an American company. And so they chose to name them Orville in this script. And Greco basically stopped putting their name on them and started putting Orville on the headstock. Same guitar, Gibson guitar, same quality, Japanese model. And then when Gibson stopped making Orville guitars, Fujigen started making FGN guitars. You'll see them. They say, I have one of those too. It says FGN on it. But these friggin'
guitar.
So this is an Orville. It's an Orville before there was a company called Orville.
Which, of course, ascended into the great Orville Redenbacher, whose delicious popcorn was the best you'd ever find until Colonel's Gourmet Popping Corn came into the market. Delicious Colonel's Gourmet Popping Corn and more. If you want the best tasting gourmet popping corn, go to Colonel's Gourmet Popping Corn website, Colonel's Gourmet Popping Corn and more, mention Johnny Beane or Jay Hannon, and you will get more product. They will give you bigger bags, bigger portions of their delicious gourmet popcorn or chocolate or candy or sugar-free candy or sour candy or nuts or whatever you want. Colonel's delicious gourmet popcorn and more. Thank you, Colonel's.
Good point. Vanna KH. Does Colonel's make a decent Les Paul? Not yet, but I bet if they did, it would be great. If they decided to make a Les Paul, I bet it would be fantastic.
There you go. And Fred Level Midnight says, I'll be eating delicious Colonel's popcorn out of Mary's gifted creamy panties today. That's the special popcorn. That's the white cheddar cheese. Yeah.
And just to put a bow on the conversation, if you're looking for a
vagina,
a Japanese
vagina,
if you're looking for a Japanese import Les Paul, there are 3 names to know. 4, but 3.
Neanderthal.
No. Tokai, who everybody knows makes the Love Rock model, but you want to get one of the early ones from the 70s.
Ooh.
Greco, which is the one I just showed you. Greco, they made a couple of different, there was couple different versions, eras of Grecos. You want to get them like late 70s to mid 80s. Everything after that started to go a little bit sideways. Edwards, which is ESP. ESP makes Edwards guitars. They use Edwards as their classic brand, ESP as the Jackson Charvel Superstrat brand, Edwards as their Gibson brand, and then Bernie. Bernie is Fernandez. Burny. Those are the 4 companies. If you're looking for an import Les Paul, that is the Japanese quote unquote lawsuit years, you got to make sure you figure out what years you're buying. A lot of people will tell you that it's a lawsuit guitar just because it comes from one of those companies. It has to be during a certain date range for it to be an actual quote unquote lawsuit guitar. My dogs are going nuts.
Burglars.
Yeah, that's all right.
That's Dane Zimmerman at the house right now.
That's all right. I have
Dane's outside.
I have Smith and Wesson. My Jewish lawyer, Mr. Mossberg, is more than happy to address their concerns. But yeah,
was that
Greco,
your Jewish lawyer? Was that your
yes.
Jewish lawyer?
No,
right
that's
there?
that's my German lawyer, my German security department, who doesn't like Jews at all.
Nazi bastard.
Yeah, pretty much. See, he responded. But yeah, Greco, Tokai, Bernie, Edwards. Those are the 4 if you're looking for a good non-Gibson Les Paul.
Thank you, Alice Martinez. And by the way, if you like Paulie's guitar, take a second and leave a thumbs up on the video, because why not? Why not? It's free. And coming up in 10 more minutes, we have my show and tell guitar, which Paulie is going to love tonight. Really, really, very, very cool. Creamy like Mary's panties.
Oh, I know what this guitar is.
You do know
this is a recent acquisition.
This is. You know this guitar.
I love this guitar. I love this guitar. I think
nobody else knows it, but you know it.
I know what it is. This is a great guitar. You might want to hang in for that.
Yeah, and by the way, Paulie knows that because he's my friend. See, no one else is my friend. That's it.
I don't even know about it.
See, Johnny doesn't even know about it.
You hear that?
Because everyone is my friend.
You hear Aces like, "Hey, what about me?"
We love
right,
Ace.
Buddy?
Ace that's the Ace that Gene thought that he's going to pay for the Kiss tour.
This Ace is a better guitar player.
He heard we could get Ace on the cheap.
Here's a good boy. Here's a good boy.
You mean the German Shepherd? We could pay the German Shepherd in the makeup?
Frank Frascati, yes. An Ibanez 72 Les Paul Custom is a decent guitar, sure. Ibanez was certainly the guys that made the first great copies of American guitars.
There you go.
Yeah.
Awesome sauce.
Vanna wants to know who would win in a fist fight, Ace or Bruce Kulick. I don't know who would win in a fist fight, but as guitarists, Bruce is definitely the more technical, accomplished guitarist. But
he's not as cool. Bruce isn't as cool. Yeah, Ace Frehley is a unique, singular guitar player. Nobody except for CeCe DeVille plays like Ace Frehley. Nobody. He's got his own thing, and it's not good.
Ace is the classic Kiss guitar player. You know, I mean, that's what it is.
It's an interesting thing because everything Ace does is fundamentally wrong, and yet it works for him.
Right.
Bruce is by far the superior player. Ace is by far the cooler player. It's just the riffs
Ace
that
is
Ace
old
wrote.
school. Ace is
They're
old
just
school.
something.
Bruce
There's
is a
something
way
unique
better
about
player.
it. Absolutely, way better.
Yeah. And they're not opposed to each other, but you know.
No, they're friends. They know each other.
Fred Level, what do you have against CC DeVille? CC is terrific.
CC DeVille's a better guitar player than he gets credit for.
He's also a better guitar player than he shows. The guy knows how to play guitar very well. But you know, he told me, he's like, look, I know what pays the bills. Poppy hit rock songs pay the bills. I don't want to play like Yngwie because he's not making the money that I make writing songs for Poison.
And I can't call myself. By the way, for the purposes of this impression,
Gilbert Gottfried will be
Gilbert Gottfried will be playing the part of
CC DeVille.
CC DeVille. I know. Listen, I wrote "Talk Dirty to Me." It's a huge hit. I could play a Mixolydian. I can't spell Mixolydian, but I can play it. You have to ask yourself, why would you ever want to call yourself Yngwie J. Malmsteen? As if it would be confused with all of the other. Thank God he calls himself Yngwie J. Malmsteen. Hello? Is this Yngwie J. Malmsteen? No, it's Yngwie J. Malmstone. I'm on the Flintstones.
Hey, Fred, we're going to see that guitar player, Yngwie Malmstone. Yngwie J. Malmstone, Barney? Don't mix them up. Oh, yeah, Fred, the other guy. Yeah,
you know, a Swedish guitar player walks into a Poison show.
I always said that Dr. Anthony Fauci is CC DeVille from the future. He even visually looks like him. If you look at Dr. Fauci's face, he looks like CC DeVille with a haircut. Listen, I know that the virus is getting a lot of variants, but we should have nothing but a good time. I'm telling you, they really are like a future, like the Terminator sent back Dr. Anthony Fauci. God. Yeah, I like CC.
Why would you, of all the names you could come up with, Yngwie, what the hell are you doing? I just scared Lemmy. She was like laying down, and she's like, "Is he done with that voice?" He's not done with that voice. I still have some shit in here if I need to let it out.
Let me tell you something, Fred.
By the way,
you say nobody wishes.
I got a text from executive producer Wayno who says, "Paul, stop it. You have a show tomorrow morning." I'll start the show tomorrow. I'm like,
Fred Level Midnight says nobody wishes to be CC DeVille. I beg to differ. Let me tell you something. I would love to be CC DeVille. You know why? Because in the 80s, while you were at the Anthrax show, and I was too, I saw no vaginas there. Not a one. Not even the fucking bouncers. Not even the ticket takers. Not even the drivers of the cars outside. Nobody's dropping off their kids. Nobody. And yet at a Poison show, there were titties flashing, blowjobs head bobbing in the parking lot, hand jobs in the audience, everyone titties, nothing but a good time. CC was CCing more titties than we've seen in our lifetime. So yes, I would have loved to have been CC DeVille. Yes.
CC DeVille
nowadays,
is a better.
CC sees women like this wearing bloomers like this.
CC DeVille.
So embarrassed. I'm so embarrassed. Get these off me.
CC DeVille is a better guitar player than anybody in the chat.
Yeah, if anyone in the chat wants to challenge that,
he's in hell of. CC DeVille can play.
He can play. He can play better than he does.
I'm not a fan of CC DeVille. I'm not a fan, but I acknowledge the guy has written fantastic. Yngwie's not an artist. Yngwie's a fucking wanker. Yngwie's a wanker, Bozique. He has an opportunity to be. He has an opportunity to be great, and he blew it. His stuff is all the same. It's all this, and not in an AC/DC Ramones Motorhead sort of way. It's all the same. We know what Yngwie's going to do. He does it well, and it's fantastic. But he's not an artist. He's ripping off Blackmore. He's been ripping off Blackmore for 40 years.
CC knows what sells. That's the thing a lot of people misunderstand. He can play way faster. He can play way more complex. He knows what to write. By the way, do you like my t-shirt today? As pink as it gets.
Nice.
Awesome.
By the way,
That's for Mary's panties.
I'm a huge Yngwie fan, but you can't compare the two. CC DeVille is just about a household name. Yngwie Malmsteen is a name drop, and he did his best work with Joe Lynn Turner almost 40 years ago. You know,
Yeah,
I don't think either one's a household name.
CC
really.
DeVille is Poison. Everyone knows Poison. Everyone. If you ask your average person, do you ever hear of the band Poison? They will say yes, of course.
Right.
That's one of the biggest 80s bands. Like it or not, kids, that's one of the biggest bands that came out of the 80s. You have Def Leppard, you have Poison, you have Motley Crue. I mean, you could say, Bon Jovi for sure. Thanks to what's his name? Dizzy. What's his name, Johnny? That did Bon Jovi, help Bon Jovi become a household name. What's that name? Something like Touch a Child. What's his name? No, not Touch a Child. Dizzy Child. What's that name, Johnny? Desmond Child. That's the guy.
If Yngwie Malmsteen were as great as some people believe Yngwie Malmsteen is, Yngwie Malmsteen would be great. He's not. He doesn't sell records.
We go.
He plays clubs.
That's right, Jay.
Yeah, Jay, he was a household name. Yeah, but the point, that's the point.
People still know
Yngwie never was. But Yngwie never was a household name. Don't get me wrong. The Steeler record, Rising Force, Marching Out, Trilogy, and Odyssey, I think are fantastic records.
Oh, yeah. No,
and I love the Alcatraz records.
We all have Yngwie stuff.
Yeah, and the stuff he did with Alcatraz, I think are fantastic. But that's the thing. Yngwie Malmsteen has been in Alcatraz. He's got
in prison?
15 or 18 solo records out. It was the guitar player on one of the more important underground heavy metal albums of the 80s, the Steeler record, and has played with Joe Lynn Turner. He had his 15 minutes of fame. They tried to push him on MTV during the Trilogy and Odyssey records, and it just didn't happen. Yngwie Malmsteen can't write a song. CC DeVille has written massive songs, and that's the difference.
Platinum after platinum after platinum. We're talking all the music videos, all the airplay, all the, the stadium tour. Yngwie was not invited to that party.
Fret Level Midnight, Yngwie was never in Keel. Steeler was a band before Keel. And Vanna KH, yes, Jason Becker is a better guitar player than Yngwie Malmsteen, in my opinion, but it's not a competition.
I agree too.
Yeah. It's Blackmore. Blackmore did everything that Yngwie Malmsteen does 20 years before Yngwie Malmsteen did it, and did it better. Blackmore wrote more hits than Yngwie Malmsteen. Blackmore is a legendary guitar player. The reason why I'm saying Yngwie stole from Blackmore is because Blackmore was a pioneer. Yngwie wasn't a pioneer. He's a great guitar player, and he plays a million miles an hour, and his style, he may be the greatest shredder, pure shredder in the history of shred guitar.
I say Steve Vai, but personally,
Steve Vai's not just a shredder. Steve Vai is an artist.
Yeah.
Steve Vai plays jazz and blues.
But
and
I think
classical.
Steve
Steve
gets my
Vai is the
vote.
household name.
Steve gets my vote for greatest living guitar player alive.
I wouldn't
right
disagree with that. I wouldn't
Yeah.
disagree with that at all. The
And
point
Jay hit it right on the head.
Yes.
Only guitar players know who Yngwie is. He's right. Absolutely.
Bozique, you're just wrong. You're just wrong on this. He did. Yngwie Malmsteen admits that he was influenced by Blackmore.
Bozique, give me a call.
Yeah, come on the show. Because Richie Blackmore was inspired by Nicola Paganini and classical violinists. Why do you think Blackmore is doing Baroque classical music now? He's doing something. He got away from pop music because he was influenced by that stuff. Blackmore did it first, did it best. If you listen to Deep Purple music, hell, Deep Purple did a concerto with a classical orchestra in the late 60s. Everything that Yngwie Malmsteen does is second generation Blackmore. And I could throw Steve Howe in there as well, but because they don't play the same color strat and the same style of music, I won't do it. But Blackmore is the guy that set the fire that Yngwie Malmsteen has been burning off of for almost 40 years.
And speaking of Baroque, why do you think Yngwie is Baroque and CC is still getting residual checks?
There you go.
There it is. There's Bozique.
All right.
Here we go. There's going to be delay. Bozique.
That's all right. That's fine.
Yeah, what's up, Johnny? What's up?
What's up, man? You're not mad at me, are you?
I'm not mad at anybody. I just completely disagree with a lot of the stuff Paul's saying, and I can't.
I disagree with these guys there all the time, but
here we go. What's that?
Oh no, I'm just joking. Yeah, go ahead. You're on the air.
Yeah, go ahead.
All right. So like 2 points. If number one, yeah, I like Deep Purple too. Blackmore is a great player, but if you look at a lot of those guys from that era, whether it's Blackmore or Uli Roth, I mean, I've seen a million interviews with Malmsteen where he's like, look, he's like, he admits that he got certain things from Blackmore, but it's more the vibe, the look, and the gear, the Strat and the Marshall. He says, I think the exact quote from him was in a recent interview, actually, where he goes, I'm not influenced by guys who were influenced by Paganini. I was influenced by Paganini. So he's like, his point is he likes guys like Uli Roth and Blackmore, and he's more of a Blackmore fan because he used to listen to Deep Purple a lot, like he said when he was a kid. But his whole thing is classical violinists. I mean, if you listen to the shit he's been doing for 30 years, that's what it is. It's classical violin concertos just on a Strat through Marshall. Like
yeah, but that would all be great.
I mean, if you listen to, I mean, I'm sure Paul's listened to a lot of Deep Purple, just like I have. I mean, I have everything from like Fireball, Stormbringer. I have all those old records. But the thing is, if you actually listen to it, there's a difference. Taking snippets of classical shit and then just putting it in, the context of a hard rock riff, rather than a guy actually playing a freaking entire classical piece after doing the main riff. I mean, it's two very different things. And as far as CC Deville goes, I just want to answer one more question because Paul put a challenge out there. I'm an amateur. I'm a guy who plays at home as a hobbyist. But I bet you there's at least 5 or 6 guys in that chat who are weekend warrior guitarists who could probably play their ass off better than CC Deville. I think Poison was a good band, but CC Deville's crap. Sorry. I mean, that's my point of view on it. All right, I'm going to get off and get back in the chat. See you guys later.
All right. But here's the problem. Thank you, Bozique. Here's the problem. CC, and I've been friends with the guy. I've hung out with him. We've talked about this. CC was trained. CC knows how to play guitar faster than he does, more technical than he does. He knows how to do way more complicated stuff than he shows with Poison. But Poison is his job. Poison is a stylized band. It's a very pop rock band. It's a very catchy riff band. That's literally his thing. That's what pays the bills. It's not that he can't do it. It's that he chooses not to do it because this one pays the bills. This one just impresses guys in the guitar store. This one gets pussy backstage. This one impresses guys in front of the stage. This one pays for the big house, the car, and the residual checks. This one impresses guys at the guitar store. CC makes that choice to write those catchy, poppy, simpler than simple riffs because he knows what sells. He knows what makes money. You don't see a lot of people, with all due respect to Jason Becker and Marty Friedman. Cacophony was an amazing set of albums, but it's not playing big videos on MTV. It's not drawing huge concerts. It's not selling merch. It's technically amazing stuff, but what's played on the radio? What was getting video airplay? What brought people into concert seats? Unskinny Bop, Nothing But a Good Time, Talk Dirty to Me. That's the stuff. Every rose has its thorn. That's what sells. That's what's making the money. He knows and says very clearly, look, I could play fucking phenomenal. I could play faster, more technical, but I'm not, because then I'm Yngwie. I don't want to be Yngwie. I want to be the guitarist of Poison because they're fucking filling up the stadium seats. That's what boils down to. This is out of his mouth.
And we got a voicemail too while
Okay.
we're on.
Okay. Oh, John, I saw you eating those panties.
Better than Yngwie, Malmsteen.
Wait a minute, huh? Who was this?
Winnie Vincent was better than Yngwie.
Winnie Vincent, everybody. That was Winnie himself. Wouldn't that be funny if that was Vinnie Vincent with a handkerchief over the microphone?
No, those
Vinnie
panties.
Winnie Vincent was Winnie Vincent, was better than Yngwie. I'm just saying.
So I want to address Bozique, and first of all, thank you for taking the time to call in and not
Absolutely.
getting shitty about it.
Of
Because
course.
some people would get shitty and go. I understand that Yngwie Malmsteen was influenced by classical violinists. I get
Absolutely.
that. And so was Yngwie Malmsteen. I mean, so was Richie Blackmore, and so was Randy Rhoads, and so was Steve Howe, and so was Steve Hackett, and so were so many other people. But the guy who brought that style to rock, to hard rock, was Richie Blackmore. He did it first. And because he did it first, he gets the credit for it. Whether or not Yngwie claims, a lot of guys are influenced by classical music. Shit, I'm influenced by classical music. Everybody, classical music is certainly part of the foundation of everybody's musical education, as well it should be. But if you listen to Child in Time from Deep Purple in 1970, which is 14 years before Yngwie Malmsteen ever laid a guitar to tape, you will hear this playing style that Yngwie Malmsteen has co-opted for the entirety of his career. So it's like Kingdom Come saying we don't sound like Led Zeppelin. You can say it all you want, but the proof is there. You can hear it in his playing. And Yngwie Malmsteen, when listing the guitar players that quote unquote blew his mind, number one on his list was Richie Blackmore. That was the first guy when he was a kid that he heard playing guitar that made him go, oh my God, this is what I want to do. And so, like Ace Frehley for me, or like Eddie Van Halen for so many people in the chat, your first guy is the guy that lights that fire. So you can't help but be influenced by that. And if Yngwie had taken that classical thing to another place, and oh, by the way, standing on stage, dressed in the Baroque shirt with the open velvet vest, playing a cream Stratocaster with the rosewood fingerboard. I mean, Jesus, it's literally Ritchie Blackmore 101 from day one is what he's done. I'm not taking away from the fact that he was influenced by classical music, but he certainly was influenced by Ritchie Blackmore first, and he copied Ritchie Blackmore's guitar, style, stage appearance, and musical choices. You listen to what Child in Time was, you listen to the solo in Highway Star, that's a Bach progression. That's Johann Bach. Now, is that Paganini's 24 Caprices? No, it's not. But it's all coming from the same place. Blackmore did it before Malmsteen. Malmsteen admits that Blackmore was the guy, the first guitar player that blew his mind as a kid, and he copied his guitar, his style, and his look. It's undeniable. Now, he says recently, I don't know, a couple of years ago, he was like, well, just so you know, Ritchie Blackmore doesn't influence my style nowadays. Nowadays. He hasn't sold records nowadays. When he was doing what he does very well and had his close to 15 minutes of fame, it was when he was doing the music that was closer to what Deep Purple was. The stuff that he does on the first 4 records and the commercial records with Joe Lynn Turner is the best stuff of his career. Everything else has been a rehash of that. It's great. He does these concertos, but Deep Purple did a classical concerto in 68 or 70. So Yngwie, as much as he likes to say he wasn't influenced by Blackmore, is bullshit. It's there. It's like Vito Bratta saying he wasn't influenced by Eddie. Of course he was. There's nothing wrong with that. Guys, somebody has to be the first. Blackmore was the first. Does that make him the best? I don't know if it makes him the best. I mean, Malmsteen is certainly faster. Malmsteen is certainly more dedicated to it. Blackmore went back to playing Baroque music with Blackmore's Night, and you should listen to some of that Blackmore's Night stuff because it's every bit as obscure and non-commercial as everything Yngwie's doing. I'd say both of them are wallowing in obscurity today. Both Ritchie Blackmore and Yngwie Malmsteen are equally obscure and irrelevant when it comes to guitar playing today. But in the history of things, Blackmore's on Mount Rushmore, and Yngwie Malmsteen is a fantastic disciple of what Ritchie Blackmore did before him. And that's my opinion on it.
In popular music today, the guitar is irrelevant.
Yeah, well, that goes without saying. It's like fucking Kanye West said, the guitar is an obsolete instrument that no one should play. It's garbage because everything can be duplicated on the computer. Fuck you, Kanye West. Suck my dick, duck my sick. Motherfuck you, fuck you, fuck you.
By the way, it is...
I like Conway. Conway.
Conway. Kellyanne Conway?
Mr.
What
Conway
Twitty. Tim Conway Jr.?
Yeah.
Very nice guy. Very talented.
I like Tim Conway Jr.
I will say this. Yngwie Malmsteen changed guitar playing without a doubt. There were guys like Hendrix and guys like Scotty Moore and, these amazing guitar players that Steve Cropper and these amazing guitar players in the 60s and 70s that happened. Then you got the Blackmore, Jimmy Page, Jeff Beck triumvirate, and now you can put Clapton in there if you want to, although I find Clapton overrated. But those guys are phenomenal guitar players. Then in 1978, you had Ace Frehley was the biggest guitar player in the world prior to Eddie Van Halen. And then Eddie Van Halen comes, and in 1980, you get Randy Rhoads, who takes some of the elements that Blackmore did in the 60s and 70s with classical and starts to incorporate that into Ozzy's music. Unfortunately, we lose Randy in 1982. 1983, the Steeler record comes out, which is a phenomenal album if you haven't heard it. It's Ron Keel and Yngwie Malmsteen and two guys who are sort of wallow in obscurity now, Rick Fox and Mark Edwards. And then Rising Force comes out in 1984 and the game fucking changes. Rising Force was an instrumental, shred, heavy metal, classical, neoclassical masterpiece. Yeah, Yngwie Malmsteen's Rising Force is a foundational, genre-changing, defining record. Phenomenal. But he never really did better than that.
I think Yngwie was equally influenced by Blackmore and classical. That's really how I feel.
Sure. I say that, but the thing is, because Blackmore did it first, and because Yngwie jumped on stage with the same color, same makeup strat, and same stage, scallop neck, stage gear, the look, the guitar, the stage poses. I mean, this thing.
I mean, he was clearly influenced by Blackmore, but he also has classical in there. I mean, they're both. You know, you could 50-50 it if you want to, but there's no denying Blackmore was a massive influence on him.
Yes, no denying, and that's why I love Blackmore, and I think of Yngwie as being great, but not original. He's not original. He's great. What he does is fantastic. It's a great trick. He's the best at what he does. There is no neoclassical shred guitar player better than Yngwie Malmsteen. That's a fact.
Just ask Yngwie Malmsteen. And I gotta touch on something Fret Level Midnight brought up. Here's the thing. You know, Fret Level Midnight said, you know, you have Steve Lynch, who did these amazing two-handed tapping solos, blew CC DeVille out of the water. Here's the problem. Autograph's greatest hit, okay, was Turn Up the Radio. Okay? Autograph was not a headlining band. They were never a headlining band. Poison was. Poison had hit after hit after hit after hit. The moral of the story here, kids, is it's not about being the best shredder in the guitar store and impressing your friends. It's about making it. And you know what making it is? Making it means you're selling platinum albums, multi-platinum albums, you're filling stadiums, you're selling merch, and you're in music video after music video after music video. People know who you are by name. Poison had it, Autograph didn't. As much as I love and respect Steve Lynch, I know the guy, love Autograph, huge fan. Poison was just the band that made it bigger. If you weren't looking to sell out, you were not trying to make it. And that's not a bad thing. It's not a matter that CC can't do that same two-handed tapping thing. He can't play classical stuff. He can't shred twice as fast. It doesn't matter. To make it, CC said, what is going to sell records best? And that's what he did. Melodic hair metal. That's what he did. He lied on that, and that was it. CC DeVille was the guitarist of Poison. Poison was one of the biggest acts of the 80s, and people knew him, and he made a boatload of money, more than Autograph, with all respect to Autograph.
Here's the thing. You have bands... Credibility and viability are two totally different things. You want to write credible records. The Goo Goo Dolls were a fantastic hardcore band. The Beastie Boys were a fantastic hardcore band. Sugar Ray was a fantastic hardcore / metal band. None of them sold a record until they wrote a pop song. So
absolutely,
Gene Simmons, for all of the things we make fun of him for, I will proudly drop this name because it was an experience that opened my eyes when I was 20 years old. Gene Simmons said to me, to my face, credibility doesn't mean shit. When it's all said and done, he who sells the most wins.
Absolutely. And let me point something else out.
If keeping score isn't important, we wouldn't keep score. But in the end, the stock market, the high point. How many Super Bowls has Tom Brady won? Who's the greatest boxer of all time? How many championships? He who sells the most wins. You can be Look, Frank Zappa is one of the greatest musicians in the history of recorded music. Never had a platinum record. Not once, not ever.
Pepe Marcello of the Good Rats, amazingly talented. Zebra, amazingly talented. But they're not selling crazy amounts. And let me point something else out. Warrant, another band who had major success in the 80s, newsflash, CC DeVille played on those albums. The solo to Cherry Pie, that's CC DeVille.
You might want to check. I mean, you want to hear a great example of a fantastic guitar solo, and I know it's going to be weird when I say this. Sam Kinnison's version of Wild Thing.
Agreed.
That guitar solo is CC DeVille. There's a ton of guitar players in that video. They're all miming to CC DeVille. Listen to that ascending run going up the neck that CC is playing in that guitar solo. It's fantastic. Now, by the way, I'm not saying CC Deville is a better guitar player than Yngwie Malmsteen. He's certainly a more successful guitar player. I'm saying CC Deville is a better guitar player than he's ever been given credit for.
Absolutely.
That's all.
And he's not showing all his ability. He's showing what sells. That's what I'm pointing out.
You can just be.
Go ahead, Paul.
I was going to say, just because you can doesn't mean you should all the time.
Absolutely.
It's nice. A badass doesn't have to tell people they're badasses.
And let's see who said it in the chat. Let's give credit where it's due. Someone said.
Here's the thing: Richie Kotzen is a better guitar player than CC Deville. I think we could all admit that. All right.
Sure. Technically, absolutely.
When you think of all the great songs Poison wrote, how many of them were written by Richie Kotzen?
No, absolutely.
Want to ask him?
Yes. I would love to ask him. I like Richie.
Oh.
I'm a big fan.
I can get a hold of him.
I'm a huge fan. I love Richie.
But someone said in the chat, and I can't find it right now, but whoever said it, said if it's a choice between being known among guys as a better technical player or a large check full of zeros, I'll take the large check full of fucking zeros. You don't want to be a rock star to fucking say, I'm the most technical player out there. You want a fucking success. You want the mansion. You want the Lamborghinis. You want hot and cold running pussy coming out of your shower head.
Well, I think
that's why you become a rock star.
Now, John, that's not a really good analogy because a lot of those half-assed third level, fourth level, fifth level hack LA bands had all of those things.
Right, but again, at that time, and who brought it up here? Bozique brought up, are all rap artists and pop artists who are big today any good? No, they're not. But today's millennial has a short attention span. They're looking through freaking Instagram because pretty pictures.
TikTok.
I'm sorry. Yeah, TikTok, 10-second attention span. I'm just giving an example. I'm not trying to pick on millennials, but the fact is, look, if you're looking for good technical music, guitar playing is better than stuff that's done on a computer. But the fact is, right now, this is the style that we're living in.
By the way, I want to address something that KXM Rock said. He said, Yngwie Malmsteen has Ferraris. Certainly does. Can't drive them.
Yeah, and the 308s, fucking please, the 308s. That's no cheap. He's not driving the new Ferraris. He's got 308s. They're fucking $50,000 a piece.
I love Yngwie Malmsteen as a player. I just think that Richie Blackmore did it first, and I think did it better. Alice Cooper is famous for saying this. He said it on MTV. He says it to everybody that will ask, "Where's the song?" When it's all said and done, where's the song? CC wrote songs. Alice wrote songs. If you can't write a good song, who gives a shit? Play all you want, but if you can't write a song that's memorable, nobody cares. Nobody will remember you. We all remember Kanye's songs. We all remember those shitty one-hit wonders from back in the day. We remember, Tears for Fears, and we remember Rick Astley, who has been the greatest, character in internet history based on one song because he had one great song. Yngwie Malmsteen never had one great song.
Even Wright said Fred made more money singing "I'm Too Sexy for My Shirt" than Yngwie made on Rising Forest.
Heaven Tonight was the closest thing that Yngwie had to a hit. It's a great song.
Yeah.
But what did he do? He wrote a pop song and he got Richie Blackmore's old singer from Rainbow to sing it. All the more reason why the comparison to Richie Blackmore is existing. Yngwie's commercial peak, a lot like Richie's second commercial peak, is at the hands of Joe Lynn Turner. Nobody remembers the Dio versions of Rainbow. Very few people remember the Graham Bonnet version of Rainbow, but we all know Street of Dreams. We all know I Surrender. Those songs were big songs. The big commercial hits that Richie Blackmore wrote outside of Purple were with Joe Lynn Turner, and so were Yngwie Malmsteen's. You got to have a song. You got to have commercial viability. You can be the greatest guitar player on earth. Look, one of the greatest guitar players I've heard in the past 20 years is a kid out of Oklahoma. We all know Josh Jones. And Josh is
Jones.
yeah, I can't
Josh
say
James.
it.
Josh Jones.
Josh James.
Josh James.
Is it James? I thought it was Jones. Josh James? Okay. I thought it was Jones. I thought it was Josh Jones.
Josh Jones.
John James.
John Jones.
John Jacob Jingleheimer shit? J. Jonah Jameson? What?
Yeah.
Get me photos of Spider-Man sucking dick.
Josh is one of the best. Yeah, Josh Jones. Josh is one of the best.
Jones, right? Jones. I said it was Jones. Thank you.
Yeah, I have a friend who is Josh James, and I don't ever call Josh Jones Joshua, but I probably should because it'll make it easier for me.
Jesse James.
But Josh is one of the best guitar players I've heard in the past 20 years. And I'm not saying that just to blow smoke up his ass. He's a phenomenal guitar player. Somewhere along the line, he better get a shot. I hope he gets a shot and becomes, or he'll end up being like Jason Becker, which is a phenomenal guitar player that guitar players know about, and doesn't get his commercial viability moment.
And Bo Zeke says, Bo Zeke says, my point was that success does not equal talent. Okay. I'd rather be the person who can play, doesn't play as well as I can, and has the big mansion, the Lamborghinis, the fat bank account, and pussy, rather than my mom's watching. Oh, and hi, Ellie. Rather than the person driving the Volkswagen to his job at Costco. Did you stock those shelves yet? Oh, I'm sorry, sir. I have my mind on a show I'm playing at the bar this weekend. Well, you better get those shelves stocked.
I want to bring something up.
Sorry, I don't want to be the most technical player. Would you rather be Richie Kotzen or CC DeVille? Who's got the more success? I'm sorry, I'd rather be CC. And newsflash, this stadium tour is paying a fuckload of money to all members of Poison. Big payouts.
Okay, so that's really an apples and oranges conversation. And I agree with both sides of this. I would love to be in the middle there where you could be both artistically viable and successful. Very few people have that opportunity. Guys like Eric Johnson and Joe Satriani are able to do that. Joe Bonamassa, some of those guys are able to do that. Sure. Larry Riker brings up a good point. Yngwie Malmsteen didn't have a great song, but it's worth $10 million, and good for him. Cisse is worth 13. That's because he blew a lot more.
I was about to say Cisse blew all of his money on
But
drugs.
This is a good point. I think Yngwie Malmsteen,
he'd have at least double that.
Here's the thing. I think Yngwie Malmsteen can play CC songs. I don't think CC can play Yngwie J. Malmsteen songs. Okay.
Wrong.
Good point. But no. But here's the thing. I'll concede that point. Let's stand in a room full of 2,000 people. Let Yngwie Malmsteen get on stage unannounced behind a curtain and play his song. Mm-hmm. Then let CC DeVille get on a stage behind a curtain and play his song and see how many people are dancing between the two songs.
Oh, yeah.
And that's the viability. Which one resonates with people? Which one? Because technical skill is great, but which one resonates? Which one moves people?
I think have Yngwie come out and then have him leave and have Cece come out and see how many girls are left after Yngwie.
There's another. But that's
you know who's backstage at an Yngwie concert? The three of us. Hey, great job, man! Great. Well, the girls.
Hellstorm.
There's one with long hair. Oh, you're Neanderthal.
Hellstorm brings up.
Cece's like, ladies, there's enough sperm for all of you. Hold on, please.
Hellstorm brings up a great point. I'd rather be Damon Johnson. I love Damon Johnson. He's a great player. Nobody cares. I mean, he's made a nice
Damon
living.
Johns on Shark Tank.
He's making a nice thing. And yeah, look, playing like Yngwie is fantastic. Being able to play it like that is great, and that's outstanding. John is certainly on the Gene Simmons train, which is how much money can you make out of it? I get that. To me, which music moves me? Which is the one that resonates, that hits me in the quote unquote feels? Which is the one I get a chill when I hear Chuck Berry playing Johnny B. Good on The Tonight Show? It's fucking outstanding. When I hear the opening riff to Riff Raff from AC/DC. I feel that in the back of my neck. When I hear Mark Knopfler playing the guitar solo at the end of Why Worry from Brothers in Arms, that moves me. When I hear The Burning Down from King's X, that moves me. When I hear Yngwie Malmsteen, I go, Jesus, that guy can fucking play.
Yeah.
But it doesn't move me. It doesn't touch me. So for me, and I'm not saying any of it's right or wrong, John believes commercial viability is the way to go. To me, if music emotes or evokes an emotion, that's what I prefer.
Listen,
I love Yngwie. I love Yngwie Malmsteen. Here's the thing. I don't love Poison. I don't. I think they're
Clearly
great.
I do.
They're great for what they do. I think they're great for what they do, but I have their catalog. I rarely listen to it. I listen to Yngwie more than I listen to Poison because I like that music, but Poison moves me more. When I hear Something to Believe in or I hear Stand,
terrific.
And I hear Stand, yes, those touch me, but when I want to fucking listen to rock, yeah, I'd rather put on Black Star.
Well, Stand was Richie's song.
Right.
But
that's my
Something
point. That's
to
my
Believe
point.
in was CC. Something to Believe. That whole album was
But that's
written
my
by
point.
CC.
That's my point. I love the Richie Poison more than I love the CC Poison. That's the music.
That's
the music that touches me is the music that touches me, whatever that is.
And that's fair.
And it could be anybody. It could be, Les Paul and Chet Atkins. It could be Cypress Hill. It could be whatever that is. Whatever that music is that feels. I don't feel Malmsteen's music past 1991. I don't feel.
Notice you're saying music. You're not saying guitar.
Right.
You're saying music.
Right.
Which could be.
And great guitar players. There are a lot of them out there. One of my favorite guitar players is somebody neither of you guys have probably heard of. His name is Paul DeBartolo. And Paul was in Spread Eagle. And he's a phenomenal guitar player. He writes fantastic riffs. And he's a fantastic player. But guitar players are great, but songs resonate. And CC has great songs.
But here's something else.
Gary Moore, fantastic. Gary Moore.
This is what I'm trying to convey to Bozique.
It's songs is what made CC.
But this is what I'm trying to convey. This is what I'm trying to convey to Bozique also is that CC didn't just write those catchy songs and he writes catchy songs and plays the way his style is. He can play better. He does play better. He doesn't do it commercially though, because that doesn't sell for him. He can play Yngwie songs. He's a classically trained player. He gets that. He can play faster. He can play way more technical, but it's what he writes that sells. And that's the way he goes. It's not he doesn't have that ability. He chooses not to use it in making a living. That's the bottom line.
Larry Riker, I will respond to your poem, your
Commander Riker
statement.
Make it
says,
so, number one.
CC is famous because of Bret Michaels. Yngwie Malmsteen is famous because he's Yngwie Malmsteen. Okay.
No, come on.
Okay, let me put up a picture of CC Deville online without anything around it, and put up a picture of Yngwie Malmsteen without anything around it, and I guarantee you, people go, "Oh, that's the guitar player Poison. Who's that?"
Yeah. Hit it, CC.
CC Deville is famous for being CC Deville, and that's fine. Yngwie Malmsteen is not famous. He's famous to us. He's famous to people who read Guitar Player magazine. Yngwie Malmsteen is not famous.
But either one of those guys can walk into Safeway and nobody would bother either one of them.
If the Safeway's in LA, Safeway's in LA, maybe CC.
It wouldn't be Safeway. It would be Vaughn's.
But CC doesn't go out with the teased hair. He usually slicks and ponies his hair. I've been out with him. He slicks his hair, he ponies it. And yeah, if you're at the Rainbow, there's CC because he's always there.
Jay Hannon question: does Yngwie have more Strats or Ferraris? Strats because he gets them for free. And he's got great Strats. That's the thing though. All of Yngwie's Strats look exactly the same. Like having 100 guitars that look exactly the same with the exact same specs seems redundant. Do you need 100 of them? I mean, I could see having 6. You're on stage, you're playing a show, you've got the rack of 6 cream Strats with scallop frets and rosewood fretboards, and one of them is tuned a half step down, one of them's tuned to D, one of them's tuned, you know what I mean? So you can just switch guitars and play. But do you need 100 guitars in the same finish with the same specs?
This one has a
The
duck
same?
sticker on it. This one has a duck.
I mean, don't get me. Look, if Fender said to me, "Hey,
duck.
we're gonna
look at the duck,"
if Fender said to me, "Hey, we're gonna back up a 60-foot trailer full of cream Strats with rosewood fretboards and scallops on it. Do you want them?" I'm not going to say no. Just give me 4.
Yeah, but Fret Level Midnight says, I've asked multiple teens if they know who Paul McCartney is, and the number have said no will shock you.
Yep.
Nobody knows CC DeVille or Yngwie Malmsteen anymore. Here's
You're
something
right.
that'll shock you. 13% of America literally thinks chocolate milk comes from brown cows.
He's not lying.
That's a scary thought. That's a fact, actually. So I don't care who knows of whatever out of teenagers. This isn't their genre. This is our genre. But I'll tell you what, the stadium tour has a lot of tickets sold, way more than Yngwie playing the Canyon Club.
Bozique, I know you're a fan of Yngwie, but he's not famous. He's not famous. I love him. I'm a fan, but he's not famous.
Well, not that he's not famous. He's only famous to guitar players.
To a small group of people. And that, by the way, that small group of people is dwindling every year.
Yeah, it's in our chat. And it
really is dwindling.
If you're
how many people?
Please leave a thumbs up on the video. Just please leave a thumbs up on the video if you haven't yet. Please.
How many people do you think? And I'm trying to be honest. How many people under the age of 40? And I'm going really low. I would say 45, 50 is more accurate. How many people under the age of 40 have any idea who Yngwie Malmsteen is? Really?
I doubt almost
really?
No one. Seriously.
They all know who Jim Root is. They all know who Mark Tremonti is. They all know who Alexi Leo was. They know who those guys. That genre of guitar player is gone. That shredder, the Joey Tafola, Tony McAlpine, Yngwie Malmsteen, that genre of guitar player, the only 2 guys from that era that still stand tall, Steve Vai, Joe Satriani. Those are the only 2 from that era of guitar players that anybody would still recognize.
Even Satriani's a push.
Right. See, Leo, how old are you? Leo Safko, how old are you? Leo Safko, I'm asking, and I'm not trying to be confrontational. I literally am trying to figure out how old you are.
I don't know who Jim Root is.
How old are you?
Leo Safko's 49.
Right.
Leo Safko. Me too.
How old?
29.
49. He's older than
49.
me.
Right. Leo
There you
Safko, that's why you don't know who Jim Root is, because he's not for you. Same question to a 30-year-old, who is Yngwie Malmsteen? They don't know.
And for the most part, they won't know who CC is either. For the most part. But more percentage will know CC than Yngwie.
Yngwie Malmsteen, Joey Tafola, Jesus, we could go through the whole list of all those.
Jesus, a lot of people know Jesus is.
All of those guitar players. I put it down too. I probably should have bought it. I almost bought it for a joke for tonight's show, and I decided $6.99 was too much money to pay for the CD by. I decided $6.99 was too much money to give the record store for the CD by Guy Man Dude.
Oh.
I almost bought it. I saw it this weekend at a CD store, and I put it down. I'm like, nope, not doing it.
I would have gone halves with you.
Yeah, I couldn't do it. I was like, oh my God, they have Guy Man Dude CD. This is the worst shred CD ever fucking made besides Nitro. I
was about to bring up Nitro, yeah.
And I walked up and down the aisles, and I had it in my hand, with a stack of CDs, and I went, all right, just before you go to the counter, you always do that. Okay, which ones do I really want? Which one? Nah.
Yeah. And I do that too, by the way. I do that too.
Here's a great example. All right. Do you know who Mitch Lafon is?
Yes.
Not by
all
name.
Right. Mitch Lafon is a Canadian journalist. He is a well-known Canadian journalist, rock writer, does podcasts, and is a fairly astute hard rock aficionado, metal aficionado, right? So he posts a list of the top 50 hard rock records for, I don't know, it was 1990 or something weird like that, or 88. Post a list from a thing called the Hard Report, which was a tip sheet that was a radio industry tip sheet.
I'm sorry, the Hard Report?
Yes, it was a guy named
and
Bill
it was
Hard.
About the tip?
Right. So anyway, he posts this thing, and at the bottom, the number 50 record was Driver, and the album was Project Driver. Now, Mitch is probably a little bit younger than me, and I'm 53. So Mitch is probably, I'm going to guess he's in his mid to late 40s, and he actually put up on Facebook, who the hell is Driver? Now, you probably don't know there's probably some people in the chat that know who Driver is. Driver was a quote-unquote super group featuring Tony McAlpine, Bobby Rock, Rudy Sarzo, and Tommy Aldridge.
Always Rudy Sarzo.
I'm the only guy that gives a shit about that band. And yet, a well-known, educated, informed, and credible rock writer didn't know who that is. That's my point, is you've got these amazing shred guitar players that are household names to you and me that most people don't give a shit about. And the other side of that is, if you ask somebody under the age of 50 who isn't a huge fan of music, who Mark Tremonti is, or who Alexi Leo is, or who Herman Lee is, we don't know.
Yeah. But I was going to say, though, Mitch LaFon, he does post stuff to get reactions, though, too.
Of course he does. But he didn't know who it was. He legitimately didn't know who it was. But that's, but that's the thing.
There it is. Alice Martinez has heard of CC DeVille. Game over.
Done. Game over.
That's it. Thank you, Alice. I knew you'd settle that for us.
But that's yes. But here's another great example.
My mother has heard of CC DeVille. I guarantee. She'll go, Yngwie, who is that? The new gardener?
And by the way, none of this is to slam Yngwie. I am a huge Yngwie fan.
Same here.
I don't think he's done anything recently that anybody knows.
Another great example.
Yes, Tosin Abasi is a great example. But like, for example, even under the age of 50, most people don't know who Head and Monkey are from Korn. The kids do. The kids know who Wes Borland is. They do. And even guys like that are getting to the threshold of who? That's dad rock. Korn is dad rock. That's 30 years old. A lot of these guys are just gone. The only guys from that era that are still sort of household names are Slash, Zach Wilde. Obviously, Eddie is gone now.
Zach maybe.
Yeah,
definitely Slash. Definitely
Slash. By the way, let's just say this before we finish the show. The new Guns N' Roses song is awful.
Well, I'm going to talk about that, but I still have show and tell guitar. I still haven't shown my show and tell guitar yet.
Right. Yeah, I know. We're getting toward the end here. Yeah, I mean, Mickey Settlemile, Wes Montgomery. Nobody knows who that is. I mean, I like Wes, but most people don't know who that is. Pat Metheny. People don't know who that is. Al Di Meola. Nope.
I know who they are.
Al Di Meola, I know who they are.
Name an Al Di Meola song.
I can't, but I have one of his pickups. He has a DiMarzio pickup, and I have one.
Yeah, I think I have one of his picks somewhere. But I do recognize the name.
They're all jazz.
Fret level midnight. I hate when people like 80s metal and new metal. Any music you won't listen to, be more selective. No, that's the thing.
Back in my day.
I won't be more selective. I will listen to everything from Chet Atkins to Cypress Hill. I won't listen to new country. But I will listen to Hank Williams, and I will listen to Earl Scruggs. I'll listen to all that stuff.
I'll listen to new country. I like new country too.
I don't like new country. I don't like new pop, but I do like great pop songs. I think that some of that 80s pop and some of the 90s stuff is fantastic. But man, like it. If you want to be quote unquote selective, man, you're closing your mind off to some fantastic music.
But that's the thing. I won't be. I mean, look, 80s metal is my jam. That's my favorite, genre of music. But
I love music.
I still like that new girl that sings that song "Driver's License." Look, I like what I like. I give her credit. I give credit to a couple of the newer artists. I do. You know,
And
that doesn't mean I won't listen to them. I'm not going to grow up to be that old man. Back in my day, when the big bands were playing, Tommy Dorsey, that was something. And I would swing my best girl around. Of course, I had to stamp her ticket to do so. But, you know,
but the reality is Tommy Dorsey and Benny Goodman and Glenn Miller are all fucking awesome. They are.
I won't close my mind to that.
No,
and someone brought up in the chat, kids today, a lot of them don't know literally who Paul McCartney is. A lot of them don't know who the Beatles are. A lot of them don't know when the fucking Vietnam War was.
By the way, Bozique, you're thinking Race with the Devil on a Spanish highway. Not Dance with the Devil, Race with the Devil.
Not Devil went down to Georgia. Not Running with the Devil.
It is, they are, I would never close my mind off to music, man. There are certain things that you hear that are fucking outstanding.
Liddy Lou and Mary. Johnny Pagano.
And you could understand the words.
And you could understand the words back then.
By the way, AI Gaming, Public Enemy hasn't broken up. They've released several great records over the past couple of years. Public Enemy is Public Enemy is
example. There's another example.
That's the
Paulie, both you and I like rap.
Yeah,
school rap like that. We don't.
I like some of the new school stuff is good too. Kendrick Lamar is a genius. I don't particularly seek out his music, but I recognize the genius in it.
No, look, I prefer Winger, but I still like NWA. You know?
Yeah. No,
I still like Madonna, for fuck's sakes. But you know, look, not the way I like Iron Maiden.
By the way, I put down that. Here's a great example. That Guy Man Dude record is a shred guitar record. I love shred guitar. You know what I bought that day at the record store? 2 Public Image records that I didn't own from 2012 and 2015. The Dead Milkmen's Beelzebubba. 21 Guns, which is Scott Gorham's band after Liz. I mean, like, I bought these really weird Cypress Hill's first album because I didn't own it on disc. I put down the shred stuff so that I could listen to other stuff. Public Image, Dead Milkmen, Cypress Hill, and 21 Guns. It couldn't be more different because I'm but I'm embracing music that I only passively consumed back in the day. I love music, man. I love all music. If it, again, goes back to if it touches me, it's great. Public Enemy to me is the Led Zeppelin of hip hop. There were bands that came before them. There were bands that came before them, but nobody is greater than Public Enemy. They are phenomenal.
No, look, I like old school rap. I will admit I don't like grunge and I don't like new metal. I like new 80s style metal, like Crazy Licks and Heat and all the newer bands, but I don't like you know, I don't like Korn, for instance, you know, as an example.
Leo Safko, I'll answer your question. So people are asking about Ghost. I liked Ghost better when they were him. Ghost is okay, but I think Ghost is a I don't like the concept behind Ghost. Ghost is Menudo for metal. I mean, obviously you've got one guy, and then insert players in the background. To be the guitar players, the touring guitar players, faceless, nameless, ghosts, if you will. I think it's a cool concept, but there was a band called Him that did the same thing 10 years ago. Now, did they do it with the masks and the theatrics? Not quite as big, but Ghost is okay. It's okay. I don't think it's great. It's okay.
Have you heard Jan Ackerman?
Jan Ackerman. Jan Ackerman?
The Anchorman? What?
I saw that movie.
Yeah, there's and by the way, my favorite singer of all time, this sounds like I'm an old man, but is Nat King Cole. It's what an amazing voice. Fantastic. Yes, and Vanna Cage, Ghost does look heavier than they are. Their music tends to be it's weird. It's like emo goth pop to me.
I'm okay with Ghost. I'm okay with them.
They're all right.
I ghost people that mess with me.
They're all right. Ghost is just all right. I look, the kids love them, and good for them. Look, you want to see a great show? The greatest show in music right now, outside of Kiss, is Rammstein. Rammstein is
Rammstein's great. Rammstein's
fucking
great.
amazing live.
They've been great forever.
Yes, they've been around for 30 years.
They were always great.
Steve Carmichael, I saw that. Thank
Steve
you, man.
Carmichael.
Not a huge fan of their music. I mean, I dig the energy, but I couldn't. I mean, outside of Du Hast, they never really had an American hit.
That's the only song of theirs I have in my iPod.
Of course, that's the only song anybody in America knows. But they've been around for a long time. But what a show. And they can play. Another band that is fantastic live, that's way heavier live than they are on record, Muse.
I have their album.
Muse is
going with the hit.
Yeah, Muse is outstanding live. On record, they tend to be a little bit more restrained, a little more pop. But live, Jesus Christ.
A lot of studio stuff going on, but
yeah.
Steve Carmichael, thank you, man. He just got back from seeing Mammoth.
Oh, very cool.
There's
very
Wolfgang
looks like,
playing one of the new.
It looks like Wolfgang may have dropped a couple LBs. Good for him.
He's playing the new 5150 series guitar right there. Very cool. Steve Carmichael.
Leo Sofko, I loved Man of War originally back in the 80s. I think the Man of War that's touring now is sort of a shell of what they were. They're another band that has stayed at the party a little too long. I like the earlier stuff. I think that, I think All Men Play on 10 is a fantastic record. I think Man of War does similar. They do the Dio style of sort of power metal to the nth power, but I think a lot like Yngwie Malmsteen, they've done their best work and they're just sort of recycling it. I don't think they've made a good record in a long time.
Well, there you go.
Wow.
Yeah, show and tell guitar time and shit. We're running late.
I know. Vanna has asked for it, and I still have not that much music news. Just a few things to bang out after show and tell guitar. But first, let's thank our sponsors. If you haven't left a thumbs up in the video, please do, because why not? Right? We're here working for you, trying to entertain you. We'll do our best for you. But let me thank our beloved sponsors of the show and tell guitar, like Vinum Custom Pickups. If you want some amazing pickups, hand wound, custom made for you, Vinum Custom Pickups is the place to go. Go to Vinum Custom Pickups. Tell Craig Vinum, hey, I saw them talking about you on Talking Guitars and 80s Metal Live. They said you would do a great job for me. I need to give some new life to my old guitar. I need to get something similar to a Duncan JB, but a little less muddy. He'll do it. Craig Vinum custom makes the best hand-wound boutique pickups out there. Vinum Custom Pickups. Maker of the Mancuda Custom. These are awesome. Check out Vinum Custom Pickup. Mankuta. Vinum. Vineham, Vinum Custom Pickups. Just Google them, and Craig Vinum will take good care of you. Tell him you were sent by John Mancuda over at Talking Guitars and 80s Metal. He will do a great job for you. Everyone I've sent to Craig Vinum has been so freaking happy with the pickups that he has made for them, and they keep going back, as do I. Vinum Custom
Pickups aren't going back. You're going back.
I keep going back. Yeah, unlike Jay Hannon's return policy, I keep going back to Vinum Custom Pickups to get more stuff. No, even Jay won't return those. Vinum Custom Pickups, check them out. And if you want a kill switch, the best professional level kill switch made today is what, Johnny? Tessie switch. That's right.
Yeah, Nightbot has the wrong. I must have put a different code in for Vinum. VinumPickups.com, I think, is their site.
I will find out right now. Right the hell now. I will look up. I think it's, let's see, Vinum Pickups.
Look at this.
Came right up. It is Vinum. It is Vinum.com, Johnny. Vineham.com. How much easier could that be? Vinum.com. Vineham.com. And check them out. They have everything. They have vintage humbuckers, vintage style humbuckers, Strat pickups, bass pickups, Tele pickups, you name it. But for kill switches, go to Tessie Switch for the best professional level kill switches out there. Tessie switch makes them like no other. Durable, reliable Tessie switch when you want a great kill switch. Easy to install, very, very durable Tessie switch. And when you want to hot rod your guitar, and I'm talking the bridge, noiseless springs, titanium blocks, basically everything you could use, you go to fu-tone.com. FU Tone, that Johnny's looking for. You only had one job. FU Tone.
I have the sticker right here. I'm trying to get it, but Ned is like right here.
Take your mouth off Ned's anus. fu-tone.com. When you need to hot rod your guitar and you want parts, the best parts out there, FU Tone. You need a brass block, you need a titanium block, they have it. Paulie, Johnny, and myself are going to FU Tone certain guitars of each of our collections very soon. Adam's stepping up and said, hey, you guys pick a guitar. We're going to FU Tone them. So we've each picked a guitar. We're going to show you on the air when it's done. But noiseless springs, brass blocks, we're gonna do the whole Megillah. Because FU Tone has amazing stuff. And you know what? If you don't want to take your own guitar and hot rod it, they have guitars ready to go that have been made by FU Tone. They've already FU Toned a ready-made guitar for you. So go to fu-tone.com and check them out. I played one. Check them out. Yeah, because Johnny, you bastard.
And I'm going to play one again.
Johnny, don't share. Check out FU Tone, FU-Tone. Check out fu-tone.com.
I can play, Johnny. You heard my fucking majesty today.
We can all play. Some of us just play better than others.
Nah. And yeah, but let's go back to the Yngwie conversation. Where's the song?
Exactly, Johnny. I didn't see your hit, even though you lived with Desmond Child.
Oh,
what the hell? Ooh, knife twist. Anyway, check out fu-tone.com. And of course, our
so much for no hate speech for other members of the show anymore.
Yeah. What happened to everybody behave and get along?
Way to go, Switzerland.
And of course, and by the way, if anyone didn't hear my speech earlier, listen to this video and remove those thumbs down, please. Swiss Picks.
There are 14 thumbs down. 14.
Yeah. And I know we should only be at 6 or 7 because that's how many members work at Kiesel Guitars. I know Jeff.
I'm with Jay. I'm with Jay. Enough ball sucking. Show the guitar.
Hold on, we got sponsors, and here
no, we don't. We don't.
Here is Swiss Picks right there. Look at those Swiss Picks, the greatest gripping guitar pick out there. Swiss Picks. Get your grip on. Oh, I dropped the fucking thing. Get your grip on with Swiss Picks. Right there, the Jason Becker Blue Cheese edition helps Jason. Thank you, Swiss Picks. Now, without further ado, the clue today's show and tell guitar was it was creamy like Mary's pussy. I believe that's what I said. There we go.
Hi, Ellie.
Hi,
Good
Ellie.
night, I hope Ellie's asleep.
I pray to God Ellie's asleep right now.
Jesus, man.
There we go. So tonight's show and tell guitar, ladies and gentlemen, Johnny, if you would. Look at that thing.
Mm-hmm.
Let me get real close so you could see. This is not white. This is an aged white cream a la Randy Rhoads.
And I don't think that guitar came like that. I
did not.
No, I don't think the gold hardware on that guitar. I think all of that is aftermarket, and it's great.
The gold did. This is a stock guitar. I mean, all the hardware is stock. That I'll give it. Because it matches my other 89, which is a candy red. But what it does have is this cream color, which I don't know if you can see very well. This is probably a good image of it right there. Let's see.
Because you can kind of got the binding too. The binding sort of pops a little bit.
Yeah, the binding is kind of a gold. It's like a dark gold. Johnny, you got a thumbnail there?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So this is basically a 1989 Gibson Les Paul Standard. This is a rosewood board, and this is an aged cream. And what it is, this is what happens when you get a white guitar And over time, from the smoke at bars, from hitting the sun, from stage lights, it ages into a yellowish, beautiful cream that basically Randy Rhoads made famous in with his 1974. This is a 1989. So this was actually made after Gibson bought back the guitar company from Norlin. Very, very rare to see an aged cream of this vintage. The Norlin ones you can find. Something like this, I have not seen very many of them that age the same way. I don't know if they changed the paint or what, but I like this. I fell in love with this. Look at the binding. The binding looks almost gold. Can you see that? That binding really breaks it up nice, and the gold hardware really sets it off. You got gold pickups. You got cream rings, gold bridge, speed knobs.
I bet I still want to say that because it has the black plastics on the back, that I believe that the pickup rings and the pick guard were originally black, but I could be wrong.
I'd be surprised because my candy red is the same thing.
It isn't really, because it looks like it. I've never seen, and I'm not being
that's
disingenuous.
Fine.
I've never seen one that looks like that before. That is a singular. I've never seen a obviously white. The nitrocellulose ages to a nice cream. I've never seen a cream. Yeah, I've never seen a cream with the gold style binding and gold hardware with black plastics on the back. And that's what makes me think of that maybe the tuners might have been changed, because I don't think that came with the Clues and Keystones. I think in 89 they had Grovers on them.
I don't think they had Grovers back then. I mean, let's see, these are the Gibson Deluxe.
I think those have been, I believe they've been changed, but I could be wrong.
But these are the same. Like I said, all the hardware matches my other 89, which is.
So I will defer to your experience then. I will defer to your experience. I just think in 89, I don't believe the green Keystone tuners were standard on the Les Paul Standard in the late 80s. Again, I've never seen one with that color scheme like that, which makes me think either it's been aftermarket or it was one-off or something like that, because I just have never seen one like that before. And if anybody else has, chime in, but I've never seen one that looks like that. And I'm fairly knowledgeable in Les Pauls. That's a great guitar. It's a beautiful guitar.
You are. But like I said, it has the same hardware that my red one from the same year does.
Sure.
Even the serials are pretty close.
Yeah, I'll defer.
The only thing I could say is, I don't know what would actually, this is like, it's not even black. This is like
the black plastics on the back.
It's not even black. It's like a dark chocolate brown.
See that either the plastics on the back have been replaced or the plastics on the front have been replaced, because normally those color schemes are consistent with the trim rings on the front and the pick guard and the toggle switch.
The cream pickup rings a lot of times were aftermarket.
I mean, I could see, again, because it was white, I could see white having either black or cream pickups.
Agreed. And with the gold,
white with gold makes sense. That right. I could certainly see.
I don't know. I mean, I just, it's a beautiful guitar. I'm just trying to see if there's if it's been worked on.
I didn't see anything that gave me that clue. I mean, even the case is original. It's a beat up case, but it's original to it. And it does match my other one. But either way, I mean, here it is.
Beautiful. Oh, it's beautiful.
And the white with gold, I love it. And like I said, the Standard I like because it has that the binding that was once white has aged dark to a gold. And it looks very different than you usually see on the Norlins, which had the black line binding. And that's why I said you don't see this color in a guitar after Gibson bought it back from Norlin. No. And I like the 89s. I like the feel of them. It's not overly heavy. And again, the Norlins were.
That's going to have Swiss cheese. It's going to be Swiss cheesed.
It's definitely weight relief because 83 they started doing that. This is 89.
It's going to have the 9-hole, yeah.
Yeah, and for those that don't know what Swiss cheese is, to weight relieve Les Pauls, they started drilling inside the body right around this section Was it 8 or 9 holes?
Nine.
Paulie?
9 holes.
Just to remove a little bit of wood to weight relieve it a little bit. And and it did a good job. But this one really caught my eye at a guitar show because it just looked like cream and gold like I'd never seen before. And I'm used to seeing the New Orleans, which is, you know, the black hardware with the black binding and whatnot. But something about this, because it was just such a unique color scheme, I really fell in love with, and it played nice, which, you know, is very hit or miss on Les Pauls. So I really, really liked this. I forgot the numbers of these. What are these, Paul? 489s? What the fuck?
Yeah, they're gonna be 490s, I think.
490s.
490s, yeah, 490T, a 490R.
Yeah,
which are basically they're
basically like a T-top kind of.
Yeah, they're after they came after the Tim Shaws.
Right. What was that, Johnny?
It wouldn't. I don't know. I don't think it's 498s. I think the 498s might be a little hotter.
498T, Vanna says 498T.
It's possible in the bridge. It's possible in the bridge, but it could be 492. Again, I don't know.
And I haven't pulled the pickups,
but I think they're 490s.
So I haven't pulled the pickups either. And by the way, who I bought it from is interesting. I bought it from Parker Lundgren of Queensryche, or formerly of Queensryche, the guitarist, the rhythm guitarist of Queensryche, who owns Diablo guitars. So I want to give him a shout out and a thank you for giving me a good deal on this guitar. Parker, as I reported previously, Parker left playing guitar for Queensryche basically to pay attention to his Diablo Guitars store, which you can find on Reverb, and a coffee shop. Diablo, I guess his coffee shops that he's opening as well.
The 490s get a bum rap, but those are what's in the custom. That's what they put. That's what they put in the custom. So. For a period of time, you got the same pickups, although there was 490, 498s in some of the customs. But the 490 pickup set gets sort of a bum rap. That was what they put in some of the studios. So like when you would buy a Les Paul Studio in the early 80s, it would be a studio guitar. And obviously the red wine and the black and the alpine white finishes are beautiful. But you sacrifice the binding. And you know, certain things that you know, you didn't get you had a silk screen logo instead of the mother of pearl logo. There were some certain cosmetic differences, and the body is like 1/8 of an inch thinner than the standard. But in exchange for that, you got the pickup set that was in the Les Paul custom. So essentially the studio was meant to be, quote unquote, a studio guitar, not a stage guitar. You saved a couple of dollars in cosmetics, but you got the electronics and the same sound that you would get out of the Les Paul custom without having to pay the custom price. Yes. Without having to pay the custom price. So it's an interesting thing. The 490 and the 498 set is what comes in the custom. The 490 set that comes in some of those standards. There's Joshua Jones, a guy who doesn't know how to play guitar at all.
Hey Josh, we were talking about you, bro.
His ears were ringing, but he couldn't hear it over that Sideshow Bob haircut.
Oh my goodness!
I love Josh. He knows I love him. I'm a huge fan,
man. Same
but those 490 pickup set gets sort of a bad rap. They're good pickups.
It sounds good. It sounds good.
It's similar to the PAF. They have a little bit more mid range. They're not quite as soft or round as the actual PAFs or T-tops were. They're a little bit more, again, because the style of music was becoming a little more crunchy, a little more punchy in the mids. That's what the 490 set is. It's a little more crunchy. Not quite as crunchy as the 498 500 or 496 500T ceramic set. That's what came in some of the classics. And those classics with those uncovered ceramic 496 and 500Ts. Those things fucking scream.
Josh Jones brings up the Dirty Fingers and the Burst Buckers. I want a set of Dirty Fingers because I just love that fucking tone of what's his name? White Snake. No.
John Sykes.
John Sykes, thank you.
Yeah.
Because I love his tone. But he has those, like, I guess 78 Dirty Fingers. But the Burst Bucker Pros I have in my Tobacco Burst Les Paul, which is my main playing Les Paul, and I love it to death. The tone on those is fucking phenomenal. I love the
Dirty
Burst
Fingers
Bucker
are great.
Pros.
And I have Burst Bucker Pros in an Explorer that sound fantastic.
They're great, right?
Yeah, yeah.
They're really, really, really
The
great.
Burstbucker Pro is basically Burstbucker 1 and Burstbucker 2. They're basically the same magnets and windings. Again,
they're
Burstbuckers are
great.
so. It's funny because they've got Burstbucker 1, 2, and 3, and then they've got the Burstbucker Pro, and they're all essentially the same guitar. You wouldn't know the difference unless you run them all through the exact same rig with the exact same tone settings and ran them into a wave editor and saw the different frequency response. They're very, very different. The human ear probably couldn't tell much.
Well, all I know is this one played nice. It sounds nice. And again, I like those unique looking Les Pauls, those rare color Les Pauls. And I'd never seen one with the gold binding and the cream in this late a model outside of the New Orleans. I've never seen one with that type of binding. So, the rarity got to me. It felt nice, and I got it home. It sounded nice. And so there you go. Rosewood board, headstock not broken, which is always a nice thing on a Les Paul. Oh, my God. John, I remember you dropped that other guitar. Be careful. There you go. And again, I think the light, there's a good image of the color, that Randy Rhoads cream that everyone seeks after, but it has to take time. It ages. And they don't all turn out really like this, but this one thankfully did. Really, really great. And again, I don't own very many Les Pauls. I'm very selective on them. This is one of 4 Les Pauls I own in total. But there you go. This is tonight's show and tell guitar, 1989. Randy Rhoads cream with a dark gold binding, gold hardware, just beautiful, rare, and just a fun guitar to play. There you go. Tonight's show and tell guitar.
It's funny because the people that don't like the Burstbucker, the Burstbucker has the exact same Alnico 5 magnet as the 498. The Burstbuckers are a little underwound, so they're not quite as hot as the 498, but they're essentially the same pickup.
All I know is I heard the pros. I was originally
the pros are great.
Those. I was going to pull those before I heard them, and I was going to put Ace Frehley style old school DiMarzios in there, DiMarzio Super Distortions, and that was all it took. That was all it took.
Well,
what do you got there,
Pro,
Johnny?
The Burstbucker Pro is very similar.
Johnny,
to
what do you got?
The original PAFs, but they're a little crunchier.
Johnny, where'd you get that?
What's that photo, Johnny?
Here's another one. Is yours a 1990?
No,
89.
mine's an 89, but that's the same hardware right there,
That's
right?
a 90.
There you
Okay.
go.
Brown,
Same hardware.
All right. Cameron Brown found that. All right. So there
you
you go. That's the second one I've seen in that layout. Beautiful guitar. Does Cameron own that?
No, it's available.
What are they asking for it?
They're asking it's in a different language. I don't know.
$2 American.
2,918, but it's in
18 what? 2918 what?
it's from Seattle, Washington, but wait, because this is your eBay link. That's why it's different.
It's what?
Oh, that's pounds.
All right, so pounds is more than dollars.
It's about $1,900.
No. Pounds is more than.
Let me see. It says it right there, right underneath it. U.S.
Oh,
US,
$4,000.
$4,000. Jesus Christ.
Okay, that's what I figured.
That's expensive.
And it has
It's
black.
Try to find another one.
Yeah. Okay. There you go. It's the exact. Then I stand corrected.
We found
Does that say
another
one of? That say one of only 1,200?
One of 200.
Maybe it was a limited edition or something.
Yeah. Again, I've never seen one like that. So there's one of 200. What is the name of the guitar? What does it say? It's Gibson Les Paul Standard what?
Standard. Oh, crap.
Standard au crap? Is that French?
Oh, wait, there it is. Les Paul model, just said standard. Alpine white with gold hardware.
Maybe
It's
they only
beautiful.
made a certain amount of this color at that
Well,
time.
that's what he says. It says on the ad, 1 of 200.
That might be it. I guess just the
Well,
color
that's a
was
fairly rare
limited.
guitar.
And this one
No,
has
that's-
Grovers on it.
Yeah, I would have thought it came with Grovers too, but I guess.
But
I'm
that's
wrong.
a 1990. Mine's an 89, and my other 89 has these.
All good. I've just never seen one like that before, so I learned something on the show, which is
It's only
something
one of 200.
I never thought I'd
for
ever
God's
say.
sake.
I never thought I'd
there's
ever say
only
that
200.
before.
There's only 200 made.
It's
and
only
that's
John.
very-
That is a very, very rare guitar.
You really should sell that and buy something for your mother.
You
I'm
probably
just
should
saying.
do
my
that. All right,
birthday's
it's not.
coming up.
It's 9 o'clock. I got to tap out.
All
Good
right.
night, Paul. And I'll
Ladies
see
and gentlemen,
you
the great
in
Neanderthal.
GTA eventually.
Yeah, at some point I gotta download that. I've already got my account set up. And just so you know, I have to figure out how to add you as a friend. I guess I have to spend money to add you as a friend. Shocker. I have to
That's how
buy
that
your
show
friendship.
works.
Like everybody. Yeah, I was gonna say. Like everyone else, I have to buy your friendship.
Yeah.
Paul, you better change his lights.
Oh, he left. He's gone. All right, we got to bang this stuff out because I got
All
to
right, well,
go.
it's all right. I only have a little bit to go. Let's see. We talked about that. Travis Haley, also known as Lexi Fox of Steel Panther, left amicably with Steel Panther, had their own separation. He just wanted to do different stuff. So him, along with Diggity Dave of MTV's Pimp My Ride, formed the band Hollywood Gods and Monsters. So I'm curious to see what they come up with, what style of music it is. It has a couple of interesting former members. There's a former member of TNT in there and someone else I forgot. But Hollywood Gods and Monsters, check it out when they come out. Keep an eye on them. Formerly known as Lexi Fox, Travis Haley, now in that band. As Paulie mentioned earlier, Guns N' Roses coming out with an EP, 4 songs in February, exclusive to the Guns N' Roses store. It's going to be called Hard School, which is also the name of one of the singles. That's Hard, SKOOL, Hard School. I heard it. I wasn't that impressed with it. Again, 2 songs are brand new and 2 were recorded, I believe, different versions of other songs. One was recorded during the Chinese democracy time and not used. I believe the Hard School one was. I wasn't impressed with it, but check it out. Let us know in the comments section what you think of Guns N' Roses' new Hard School song. Nikki Sixx, congratulations. He sold his mansion in Los Angeles and moved to Wyoming. Only $5.1 million. Not bad. A street in Michigan was named recently after Alice Cooper, renamed Alice Cooper Court. Congratulations to Alice. I'll tell you what, I would not be happy with someone changing the name of my street usually, but I have to admit, I would love to live on Alice Cooper Court. That sounds pretty damn cool. If you haven't smashed that thumbs up, please do. Finally, tonight. Good night, Janice. Finally, tonight, John Corabi coming out with an autobiography, a tell-all autobiography from what I'm hearing on the street, called Horseshoes and Hand Grenades, basically telling all about his time uncensored with Motley Crue, coming out April 12th. And I quote John Corabi, "I don't care what any of the members of Motley Crue think of this book. It's the truth." So that's kind of going to be real interesting. I hope I get a comp copy of that. And I love those heavy metal autobiographies. Horseshoes and Hand Grenades, April 12th by John Corabi. And of course, again, I want to emphasize, please, message to everyone on our channel, message to everyone on the other channels. Let's all get along. There's plenty of audience to go around. Let's not leave thumbs down on each other's videos. Let's not say bad things about each other on Facebook. Let's all get along. Let's all serve our audience well. Let's all entertain our audience, because that's what they count on us to do. That goes for everyone in my camp and in the other camps. So please, asking request for a a peace treaty of anyone that has beef with anyone else over silly things. We all deserve better. And most of all, the fans deserve better. So that goes out to everyone. Let's stop talking smack and let's start entertaining everybody. As for our audience, we value you. We appreciate you. And let's give thanks to our channel members, Johnny, because we sure have a lot of them.
There's a few.
Well, let's see. Oh, I noticed you didn't redo these too easily. Jesus Christ. Still really, really hard to read. But we'll give it a shot. Michael, the Captain Smith, David Ennis, Wayno, Mike Neese, Richard Poole, Linny Lou and Mary. Thank you so much for the nice package tonight. Really love you, ladies. Gargets Entertainment, Kurt 5150, Susan Silvestri, Mickey Settlemeyer, Joe Kirsten, Nicole Mrazek, Sean Bolland, Stephen Franklin, Will Starr, our Habs, KXM Rock, David Shea Gormery, Bozique, Crazy Cook 678, Carol Hatcher, False Flag, Margaret Scranton, Sean Silas, Trevor Burnson, Jarhead Rock, and let's also give thanks to Halface, John Moronic, James Gum, Hillary Lewis, Jim Nicholas, 802 Blues, Mr. BHB Jr., Frag 5150. Wait, was that Bruce? Pal Guitars, Dan Halen, Frank Corcoran, James G, Jeff T, R2R3 Locking Nut, Fernando Riley, Robot Master Switch, 6Chick71, Rick Green, The Chad, Two Brain Cells, G-Man, Michael B, Thomas Santiago, Voodoo Child SJ, that is Sean Johnson, who reminds me, everyone in Louisiana, please stay strong. They're all still going through a hell of a lot of problems down there. Any help anyone could give them, please help your friends and neighbors down there. Louisiana strong. Brian Spalding, Fender Guru, Music Therapy Laz, Ghost BC Rich, 5150 TV, Jimmy Ray Hawkins, Hugh Caldwell, David Crosby is a dildo fucker. I am not. You're wearing pink panties, man. You sure fucking are. Jesus Rapes Me, Randy Price, Steve Carmichael, James 5150. James 5150, Christopher Live, Sawa, Laguna Palms, Murphy, Steve Barton, All Dave, All Night, Tuba, Simon Hosford, Majestic PB and J Cat, and worth saying twice, Steve Carmichael.
Steve Carmichael.
And again, if you haven't left a thumbs up on the video, please leave a thumbs up. Please leave comments in the video because we love comments in the video. We appreciate it. And of course, please get vaccinated. Be safe out there. Let's get back to live music safely. And, well wishes to the guys in Tesla who are recovering from you-know-what virus. And they had a very extreme change of heart about the vaccine. So I'm spreading the word also. Please get vaccinated. Let's get back to safe live music and support the bands. Buy the physical music. Don't just download it. Buy it so we get more product out of them. And wear condoms for fuck's sakes.
Don't steal music, please.
Yeah, don't steal music.
It's not nice.
Yeah, remember, we love and appreciate our audience. Be safe out there. And thank you for love to Mama Mancuda and love to Blue Rhino and Ned and Ace and Lemmy. Thank you, everybody. We love and appreciate our audience. Right, Johnny?
Yes, you all rock.
And remember, tomorrow, Metal Wednesday with Bozique and Jay Hannon.
Well, actually, not Bozique.
I'm sorry, Boner Jams and Jay Hannon.
Boner Jams.
Yeah.
But thank you, Bozique, for calling in tonight. Thank
you, Bozique. And like I said, tomorrow, guest Josh Wilbur, producer, mixer, engineer. I'll bet that's going to be a great conversation with a well-seasoned producer like Jay Hannon. That's going to be a really good show. So check that out tomorrow. Amazing. Metal Wednesday tomorrow. Check that out.
Jay, are you in here? What time is that at? Oh, thank you, Wayno. 9 p.m. Eastern.
Thank you, Wayno.
9 p.m. Eastern. Tomorrow night. And then during the day, noon here, 3 p.m. Eastern. I'll be talking with Brad Tolinsky and Chris Gill on Instagram Live at EVH Gear Live.
Nice.
So please join us for that. And we're actually doing 2 shows. We'll be there, and then we'll also be on Amazon, over on Johnny Beane TV on Amazon. We're going to talk about the book as well. So join us there.
Nice. Very cool. And thank you, Dane Zimmerman and the great Neanderthal, of course.
Yes.
But most of all, thank all of you. We love you. We appreciate you. Rock on, Johnny Beane TV, Talking Guitars and 80s Metal Live. Have a good night, everybody.
Love you all. Johnny Beane TV. Good night.